Yo, what's going on, warriors, ladies and gentlemen, people all around the world? We're back at you, another banger. It's Monday, you know what that means. No Frillz Podcast, episode 51. 51, damn, that's a lot. We running strong,
51.
boy.
51.
Hell yeah, you know what I mean? You already know who it is. People's commentator, Chris Matrix here to the far left of me.
IFCYipeS, man. Again, with one of my BFFs for sure. In the smallest of circles. I hope everybody's doing swell out there, man. It's another Monday for you guys, and it's just another day for us to talk about whatever.
Yeah, so if you're on your road trips, just sit back, put it in cruise control, and just listen. The Road Dogs got you right here.
You know, I forgot that we got it on audio as well. For sure. Man, just big shout out to everybody. Ruby, of course. Ruby got a mic on him right now, just in case we want to ask him some questions. I do. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I hear Ruby in the back with the soft, sexy voice.
Yeah, but sometimes, we usually have guests. You know what I mean? Most of the time we usually have guests. Sometimes we don't. So, we take this time to reflect and just talk the shit, shoot the shit about whatever, literally, man. So that's the whole point of the podcast, is to show love to you guys and make y'all Monday drives in the morning nice and smooth. And that's pretty cool. Chris has been telling me this a couple of times. He'd be like, yo, man, a lot of people hit me up about the podcast, how they love it on the road, and it just makes their day go by faster, which is dope. I know my 9-to-5 grinders out there, that makes it even much more better for the commute and stuff like that. Then I started realizing people was telling me when I go to events, they're like, yo, man, I love the No Frillz podcast. And it's crazy, right? They'd be like, yo, Monday? They'll look at me, especially in the chat when I be streaming and shit. They'd be like, yo, Monday? I'm like, yeah, you got it, Pop. You got it, Pop. It's coming out right out the kitchen.
Yo, crazy too. And like, it's weird because, yeah, obviously, this is our podcast, but like, I'm also a fan because, lately I've been going back and forth a lot to Albany, seeing my family a lot more. I made a promise like the past few years to like, try to make myself available to my family. I live in like, Albany, PA, a little more often than I normally do. Not that I don't want to see them, but like sometimes you just get caught up in everyday life so much.
I relate to that hard.
You realize like, yo, damn, I actually haven't seen them in so long, and they're not that far away. That trip was like 2 hours, 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, let me go up there, spend some time with my cuz. He came down here for a little bit, go see some family. So when I took the trip, I was like, all right, let me knock this 220 out the way, because it was just me. I threw on No Frillz. I can't remember the episode number, but it was my favorite episode, of course.
G-Concepts?
Oh yeah,
Josh?
Oh yeah, when they were talking about Cap and Iron Man. That episode was God. Like I had
no, not Cap and Iron Man. Cap and Winter Soldier.
No. It was mainly Cap and Iron Man, but it was based off of what Winter Soldier did, and it was G-Concept's hatred for Captain America. Guys, if you have not checked out that episode, that's my personal favorite, because Josh Wickfall and G-Concept, we had them on, and they were debating about, which team were you on during Civil War, Team Cap, Team Iron Man, about signing the accords and everything like that.
What was crazy is, though, like, if when you hear that, it's like, nobody's really wrong, though. But there was some strong feelings for G-Con.
Bro, Jason was hating Cap for... I'll say some misguided reasons. I won't say the wrong reasons. A little bit of misguided reasons.
It's all right.
And then Yipes was like, yo, damn, I did not know it was a serious. you really cannot stand this.
I'm like, yo, but no, because I'm literally like breaking it down as they talking. I'm like, okay, because I'm always trying to find something valid, that, like on the reason of why you would hate a character or a person, whatever the case is. Everything he was just saying just has some validation to it. And I was just like, damn, bro, like, I didn't know it was like that. Like, I fuck with Cap. It was a shaky situation.
Listen, man. Like, we know what it was. Like, you know what I mean? Jason was like, yeah, Bucky should be held accountable for his actions when he was the Winter Soldier. But like, he was the Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? It's a great episode, guys. I ain't gonna go through the whole thing, but you know what I mean? I want you guys to go check it out.
I know, I already know. But you know what? But speaking of Cap, for short, Capcom. I seen a tweet on Twitter that Disney and Capcom were talking about bringing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 back for the consoles.
Right.
That's pretty sick. Obviously, when they first came out for the PS3 and Xbox 360, I was hyped until I played each version. I'm like, damn, it's not even close to Dreamcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what threw me off. And mind you, I'm not the online either, but at least if it was Dreamcast perfect in some way, shape, or form, I would actually give it a try to play the rollback. Like, I've tried it before. I went in there with like Team Scrub. This is like when it first came out. You know what I mean? Because obviously I ain't gonna trust Magneto execution on that shit. You feel me? So even though it can be done, but you gotta do certain notations different, because a certain attack doesn't come out a certain way with Magneto. And we're talking about the is it the neutral short? It comes out like twice.
Yeah, he can link 2 air shorts rather than getting a short.
A down short. Yeah, that shit's kind of whack.
Yeah,
that shit's kind of whack. But all in all, I saw a great deal what it did for the online community, which is dope. You know what I mean? It kept the community healthy. Like it kept them involved in the game to give guys like me, guys like Chris, more reasons to actually do events and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, and speaking of just Marvel 2, I just want to give a shout out to Blue Jay. It was his birthday.
Yes,
it just passed. So
September 18th.
September 18th.
Rest in peace, Jose Miguel Henriquez, Blue Jay. Yeah,
that's my guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was actually trying to make a post, but it was too emotional for me, man.
Yeah.
So I actually just fell back. So just that day, I just spent that day just thinking about the good times and how fucking random he was. You know what I mean? With a lot of shit, but. It's crazy. I actually told my mom and my pops, they got a little sad about it. They love Blue Jay. You know what I mean? So they literally they had his number, and when they need to do trips to DR or some shit like that, they'll call Yop, and Yop would never deny that y'all be on my way. It was one of those things. So rest in peace, Yop, man. Till we see you again, my brother. You know what I mean? We're gonna dedicate this episode to you, bro. Especially since we talk about Marvel too.
Absolutely. So what we did in a group chat, we just kept talking about random stories with the Yop. You know what I mean? Because that's how I do it. He got a lot of funny moments. You know what I mean? So we could freaking reminisce on those all the time. Just Mike missing the random arguments that he used to get in with freaking Blue Jay. You know what I mean? And Mike freaking.
What's up, bitch, Mike?
Yeah. Yo, Mike's wife's name is Criselda, right? And very, very cool girl. My man Blue Jay would never pronounce her name correctly. He was like, "Yo, yeah, honey, Mike, go tell your wife Priscilla that you out the house and come play crack."
He always did say Priscilla. Yeah. And then Mike's like, "Her name's not Priscilla."
Yeah. Oh man, yo, Blue Jay, man, we love you, bro. We was in Vegas, and the hotel, the Link. Yo, Fuji was like, "Yo, where you staying?" I said, "Yeah, I'm staying at the Link Q."
Talking about I know what you're talking about.
Oh, the Yop. The Yop. But
man.
I mean, that's our guy, man. You know what I mean? And he did play online too. So, and with the whole free MVC2 thing, I mean, he would have loved that. That's a great thing that's going on right now too. The fact that if we can get a re-release of the game, if we can get a real optimized net code. Where we can have a good coast to coast, because I play online, but because it scratches the itch, and it's decent with people in the region. I'll go as far as to play with people in Ohio. I'll play with Tim. It's okay, and I'll play with even Dave the Magician. I mean, shout out to him. It's okay also, but if we can get a really 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 optimized connection, that'll be really big for the game. We do have Null. And the thing with Null doesn't have rollback. It has input delay, but there's no skipping. So it's a smooth experience.
Right.
It just feels like you're playing on a laggy TV.
And it's arcade perfect. Well, I mean, Dreamcast perfect.
Yeah, Dreamcast. So you can play Naomi or Dreamcast.
That's crazy, right? You get what you want, but you're giving up something.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And in this case,
it's a Dreamcast version of the game, but it just feels like you're playing on a laggy TV.
That's the thing, man. I'm always about, and it's crazy because a lot of people hit me up. They're like, "Yo, Yipes, we got no DC. You should do Marvel 2 tournaments," which I'm considering it, but it's just the heart of somebody really trying. It's just not there for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I played the game for so fucking long that I could just tell by watching. I'm like, damn, I know what you wanted to do there. Yeah. You know what I mean? You messed it up, whatever the case is. But yeah, back to what I was getting in terms of Marvel 2. With the announcement from Disney and Capcom, they're having a little chit chat to bring it back to next gen consoles and stuff like that. I hope they bring it back for PC. This is all we ask, right? What, if we're gonna have an open table right now to talk about exactly what we would want, pay attention to this episode, because this is, we're throwing it all out there in terms of what we want. Now, my wish list. First and foremost, whoever is making this. In terms of because obviously, Disney and Capcom, those are the two beasts you got to really talk to in order to get involved. Obviously, there'll be a third party that's going to pretty much handle the law. You know what I'm saying? To that party, please talk to the people that are very involved in the scene in terms of being there for that long, being there for in terms of what the people want, and just being involved in terms of how we could do some cool events in order to promote this.
Hell, listen.
Just holler.
Talk to us.
Yeah, just holler at us, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know.
Got you.
Because this is the thing, right? I know people make the Marvel 2, whatever the case is, whatever the port is. They're doing it for the love of the series, right? What you have to do now is you have to do it for not only for the love of the series, but the love of the community. You know what I mean? You have to put both together, and that way you just talk to us, and we could give you a reference of what exactly you could do. Like for example, somebody just modded Justin Wong's ratio tier list into I think an LDC, didn't it?
Yeah, so it's called that mod is in there. It's in LDC Bear. Also the Flycast. That's another version of Dreamcast Online Marvel
with rollback.
Implemented rollback. I didn't really get a chance to play with like anybody far. I played locally, so I didn't notice the rollback because it wasn't necessary. You know what I mean? Because I was playing with somebody like
right.
in Queens or whatever like that. But I'll give it a try with somebody across. A couple people tried it out. They said it was cool. It's okay. You know what I mean? Some bugs here and there, but it's a start.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
it's a start.
At the end of the day, we're still in the testing phase when it comes to for that one. What's it called again? With the rollback? Flycast. Now, mind you, I've been scheming on that for a while because I'm actually dying to throw Power Stone tournaments. This is funny. I actually want to do a Power Stone tournament, so hopefully that'll get the kinks, checked out, and we can actually do something. But back to the thing in terms of Marvel 2. This is what I like. This is my checklist.
Mm-hmm.
I want the ratio tier list, the mode in the new one that's coming out for the consoles, right?
Okay, but not a ratio thing that's set, something that you can set.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I would love just the Jay Wong one. That's pretty cool. Just dead
I gotta take a look at it, but
he's just deading all the. He literally deaded all the gods.
But the only thing is, I know that Video couldn't play his team.
Wait. Rogue Colossus Ken.
Yeah.
He ran out of points?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, so we need an adjustment on it.
That's what I said. If we can implement our own ratios, that'll be cool. You know what I mean? Because everybody.
Rogue Colossus Ken. How many points Rogue take?
I don't remember. I don't know. It was like 5 or something. I forgot.
Like Rogue has got don't get me wrong, but she got one of those air dash. You could air to air. You could react to them shits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It ain't no 4-way. It ain't no 8-way.
She kicking people in the dome though.
She do. Damn, imagine taking.
And she
Who's a fast character that be on the ground that's a low tier? That when you get the speed up with Rogue. Who's one of them? Not Marrow.
She gets it from Spyro.
Right? Marrow? Did she get it from Marrow?
I don't know. I think she gets it from Cammy. I could be mistaken.
I gotta look that up.
She might get it from. Does she get it from Wolverine? I don't know. I don't know if it's speed up.
I think so. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I think so though. Yeah, but damn, you know what I'm saying? Damn, she could turn top tier actually. Look at Justin putting balance into the game.
She got command grab. She got the kiss. You can't sit there on her.
Yo, damn, you got a cheap ass character, Juan, without the gods, huh? That he could be like obviously Video. We know he's great in the game. But he could go up. If it's like a ratio tournament, they allow his team. He might be smoking a lot of folks. But shit, I might mirror match your shit. That ass. But now that's one thing, right?
You're not playing Colossus.
I was actually playing Colossus.
You're not playing Big Peter.
I like Big Peter. Big Peter.
Big Peter.
Man, rest in peace, Nelson, man. If he was here, he'd tell you, bro. I was playing that team for a hot minute. I'm like, I want to know why Video plays his team. Then when I started cleaving health on launch, on assist and shit like that, I was like, oh, okay. And it's just fun. I understand why. My man. But anyway, so that's one of them, right? The implement Justin Wong's ratio in terms of the characters you can pick in terms of low tiers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let us color edit, please. Like how y'all did it in CVS2 where you could go in there and color edit your characters. Let us do that for Marvel too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's godlike. I don't know if y'all can put an option in here in the game where you can have your own jukebox and like pretty much upload your own music to the certain stage. You know, obviously with streaming and shit like that, you can't get away with it because of DMCA.
I mean, with the newer systems anyway, you could just cut off the game music and just play background music. Anyway.
Yeah, like if you got like Spotify and the console, some shit like that. Yeah, that I understand. But it's just I want this Marvel 2 to just have that experience of what we had when we was just freaking adding our music and stuff like that. Like I just want it to be accessible so people could have more fun just engaging in the game.
Right.
Whether it be on the casual side, on the creative side. You know what I mean? I would love to see something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a good rollback system because I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been playing a lot of Strive off the strength that not only do I like Millie and her style and the style of the game, period.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that rollback is that damn good. Like I literally run a tournament every Tuesday with no issues. You know what I'm saying? In North America, obviously we're not gonna stretch it. You know what I mean? Go like outside of North America. Obviously, like North America, period. Can rock in my tournaments, which is fucking dope. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not offline perfect, but it's a rollback. It's to the point where people's like, all right, I could deal with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is freaking dope. And I would love Marvel 2 to have that because I wouldn't love. One thing that I would love to do is stream Marvel 2 when I'm playing online. You know what I mean? Because I can play numerous teams. I can learn other shit. You know what I'm saying? It'll just keep me engaged in the game. Because as is, I don't practice the game, but that will give me an excuse to be like, yo, I'll play this shit. You know what I mean? I'll add it to the repertoire. Because I literally only play the game with the homies. You know what I mean? Because I love offline. But if y'all could bridge the gap somewhere down the middle where we can actually be happy a little more on the online side, because and this is why I give a lot of credit to the Marvel 2 community, especially online, that people just accept it for what it is. They just want to play, and they accept that quality of online, which, you know, hats off to y'all. But me, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I understand that it scratches the itch, but I just can't do it, man. That's just me, you know? But if Capcom could implement that would be freaking awesome. Maybe some, like, bio on the characters to understand where they coming from, just to have a little lore. You know what I mean? Like, you know how, like, I forgot what game it was. Maybe it was Alpha 3 where they had that, like, gallery mode where you literally just see everything, and it actually has, like, a bit of a background on all the characters and stuff like that. Just for the newcomers, you know what I mean? Like, it's just stuff. You just have to have stuff in there that you can engage in. And most importantly, put the rematch button in there. The fact that everybody got to dip and pick a whole set of characters, go in the back of the line, let that shit finish just so you can get back on it, that shit is kind of ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a rematch button is definitely necessary. But all in all, man, you know, it's pretty cool that people are talking about it. You know, shout out to Maximilian for starting the hashtag free MVC2. You know what I mean? Just to bring that awareness. I mean, we tried our best on our side in terms of just bringing that awareness, just to let people know that Marvel 2 is still alive. But in terms of just on the casual side of things, you know what I mean? Maximilian is doing wonders.
Right.
Like, in just terms of trying to bring people in to learn the game and just to have fun in the game and just to understand where this came from and why it's so important for the fighting game community.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, big shout outs to Max and just everybody getting involved. I mean, truth be told, this ain't no diss to Max at all, because he's a big Marvel 2 aficionado. Like, anything Marvel, he mess with. But in terms of the mecha, I'm not saying that he's, like, taking the limelight, none of that shit. I hope nobody takes that away from him or whatever the case is, because that's not the case here. But it's just more so we've been pushing that Marvel 2 for a hot minute. So, you know, obviously Max got some pull in terms of the eyes he could bring in. But in terms of the people you need to talk to besides Max, y'all need to talk to the core members for sure. And that is the mecca of Marvel, which is New York. I mean, I'm saying it because it is facts. You know what I mean? Are you disagreeing with that?
No.
Okay, good. My man.
No, absolutely.
We are the mecca of Marvel. We know everything about the game, and we know what we need to do to push the game forward. So, I hope whoever it is that's involved in making this, bringing this back into the next gen, to just come holler at us, man. Whether it be me, whether it be Matrix, just holler at us, man. Justin Sanford, of course. You know what I mean? I know he got some good input in terms of what needs to be done.
Right.
So hopefully that's what goes down, man.
Yeah, like my wish list is pretty much the same. Obviously the rematch button. I mean, but would the rematch button like give you the first attack glitch again too? You know what I mean? Like that, like little weird things like that. I'd be curious about.
On the online side, you still get the first attack glitch?
No.
I think that's fair.
No, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Fair. Damn, get
I don't really care for it. If
get a negative edge scratch.
If it's there, if it's there. If it's not, it's not. No first attack glitch online. You're picking your characters in their proper order because you cannot swap out.
Damn. That glitch is important.
Yeah.
In the opening game, but that shit's kind of important, man. You try to backdash, add the OS. Can you still OS online?
Yeah.
But you gotta really, as soon as engaged.
No, but you always gotta time the OS.
No, I know. Regardless of what the glitch is.
It's not a hold.
Only difference is it's online. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I'm talking about it.
Yeah. But I would like the record feature. They actually put that in No DC Bear, the record feature. That it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Have you actually been like setting up situations?
Yeah. You can.
Like what? Give me an example. Something that you always wanted to test. What was it?
So I know like a lot of times, like me and G-Con will like test like little block strings to see like what's real, what's fake. You know what I mean? Like oh, after this short whatever, triangle jump, short roundhouse, push block, triangle jump, can they jump out? Can they get out, or do they gotta take it? Stuff like that. You go really see like what's real, what's fake.
Because mind you, man, when it comes to mind strings, so I'm very known for keeping people in block stun or whatever the case is, right? I literally went off a feel and just overall experience throughout the years of how to like, you know, expose or just really initiate that offense to get those type of situations, right? Now, I know for a fact if I ever had a chance to go in the lab and actually had like a recording feature and stuff like that, my shit would be even more airtight. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely looking forward for something like that for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's got like, damn, no DC got that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
now when you go in the lab and no DC, you can actually like play how you would play like if we were playing. Like it's actually that clean.
That's what's cool about it too. So when you link up with somebody, y'all could be you could be in your crib, I'm in my crib, we in the lab. It's like we next to each other. You could soft reset everything. Like it's like we next to each other.
I like that type of shit.
Yeah, it's still gonna be some input delay though.
Guys, you gotta understand, like us coming from Marvel 2. Remember, this is arcade, so keep in mind, right? When we started playing the new games and we saw that there was an option you could record, we was just like, yo, this is a thing? It was that much of a shocker, but at the same time, it reminded us, like, okay, we're heading into this new age. They're trying to get people more involved. So they're actually adding those options into fighting games.
When did I see that? I think
first time I seen it was Street Fighter 4. Yeah. Street Fighter 4, I was like, yo, dead ass. Now, mind you, I think CVS 2 had something like that.
Might have.
I could be wrong. Y'all could holler at us at the comments and let us know if that is the case. I do remember you could record stuff in CVS 2. I could be wrong.
Right. So look, peep this, right? A very intriguing question.
All right. Now, before you ask this question, I'm gonna do this random. I usually do this when I commentate. Right? Hold on. You can keep talking though. I'm literally just gonna take a picture of you.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Yeah, you can keep talking.
So let me finish with my wish list though. On pretty much the same thing. Look, I'm pausing now because I know I'm getting my picture taken.
Take it. What the fuck?
I know. What?
Keep it natural, baby. I'm gonna take a picture. Look, Ruby got no idea. Look, Ruby gonna do a bang. Look. That's it. It's all about the all natural, baby. Let people know that we working. Damn it, this quality on this phone is godlike. Yo, I'm so sorry, not for nothing. So I actually bought a new phone. I dropped a good grip on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like about like 900. This is including the fucking the screensaver.
Yeah.
And everything. You know what I mean? What's up? Say it again. What you said?
We didn't hear you.
Come on, Ruby.
Talk about it.
You gonna do us like that?
Talk about it. Come on.
What you said? Was you shitting on Android, huh?
Speak on it. What you said, Ruby?
I think my mic is off.
You was shitting on that Android. I felt like it was Android shit.
Oh, he's an iPhone user. I'm sorry to hear that.
I actually have no problem with iPhone. To be honest, I just want to use a phone where I can put my SD card.
Yeah,
That's
it. You know.
So
iPhone has their limitations.
I wouldn't know. I just know that iPhone users be shitting on me for no reason. They're like, yo, man, you got this phone, man?
I mean, they have usability, right? It's easy to use. So, learn how to use your phone. How about that?
I just want to know what Ruby said.
No, I said it's an Android. That's all I said.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, yeah, so it's a diss. I understand.
It's awesome.
My man Ruby be feeling evil at any moment, B. That's it about looking Rubillionaire. But now,
So, okay.
wish list.
Yeah. I like, obviously, a good online. You know what? It'd be cool if they can implement, like, some form of,
Online,
I guess,
online trading mode?
like tournament mode. Also.
Okay.
You know, like, where you can say, like, all right, I'm going to host an online tournament or whatever. Like you could put the brackets in there and everything.
That'd be dope. All right,
yeah.
So you know what? Let me piggyback on that.
Yeah.
So, like. Obviously, you can have a limit of bracket, right? So hopefully they have something where they have like a tournament mode, like you said, right?
Like a built-in challenge.
And then let's say if they have like a right, and then let's say they have let's say you only got 8 people,
GG.
they have an 8-man bracket. Like
Yeah,
they have that mode
right.
where no matter how many people you have, it'll set up the brackets. You know what I'm saying? So obviously the max on a daily, you know, on a regular day probably 64, right? Tournament time maybe like a big tournament $128. Like just to have that option where we can pick however amount of people we want, and then it'll display it as like a cool bracket, like you know what I mean, like an animation, something cool. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I fuck with that.
And they can have like a nice little point system. You know what I mean? That'd be godlike.
Yeah, man, something. Just hold on to the rankings, like a ranking point system. So like, yeah, man, that'd be dope. Like, man, hopefully, I don't know if Capcom or Disney watches the No Frills. Hopefully they do. If they not, I mean, whatever. We don't care. It's not like we looking for that attention anyway. But it's just more so. If maybe the fans could help retweet this, you know what I mean? Let people know that we talking about it. I hope they take this into consideration, because if you guys are trying to bring it back, at least max out. Like max out on everything. Like don't leave out on the table. Don't have nobody guess like, man, y'all bring it back to consoles. You couldn't add this, couldn't add that. Nah, max out on that shit, man. Because I understand, you know, this is a business at the end of the day. So I don't know, the back of their minds like, man, we could bring Marvel 2 back, but will it actually cake for us, or what's the benefit behind it? You know what I mean?
So look, so that's bringing me to my question, right?
Okay.
And you gotta think about this one. You gotta think about this one. So it was posted somewhere. I can't remember exactly where, right? But what would you rather have? A re-release of MVC2 on next-gen consoles and PC with everything in our wish list, right?
Okay.
Or a Marvel 4? I know, it's tough. I know. That's tough. I know.
Okay, so I look at it like this on my end, right? Now, obviously, when you consider Marvel 4, that means we started from scratch, obviously. Right? And this is for the next gen of everybody that's trying to get involved with it. Tournament-wise, casually, whatever. Now, technically, we have Marvel 2, and we have everything that we need. Right? From the DC HDMIs, just the DCs, we got the no, whatever the case is. Obviously, the online is the only issue.
And just making the game accessible to new players,
right.
with the new systems.
So
that's why a re-release on a new system will be good, because it makes the game easily accessible to where they don't have to go and get, some old hardware, beef it up, or get a few systems that are a little hard to get.
Not everybody got a PS5, so that'd be cool if it comes onto the PS4 as well.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Speaking of that, I gotta go pick up my PS5 and BK. But continue.
You cop the PS5?
I'm gonna cop one.
Why?
Just why not?
What are you gonna get from that?
Just PS5. I just don't have one. What if I want to play Guilty Gear?
You got it for PC?
I do, but if I want to play for real and tournaments on PS5,
man, you ain't gonna play no game, man. This man talking about PS5 tournament. You ain't gonna play no game, man. Come on,
look.
My man's trying to get me. He's trying to hit me with reason, but I know he ain't gonna play this shit.
Hold on.
Good example though.
He attacked it from the root though. he was chopping the shrubberies, and nah, we gonna just dig the root. You're not gonna play no game.
You ain't gonna play that shit, Ruben. He's gonna play Guilty Gear. You got a mic. Go up, go ahead.
I don't think so.
Yo,
there you go. Small man.
Listen. I'm probably not gonna play Gear.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, Stream. Look, I had plenty of opportunities to get a PS5. Like I looked at my card, I looked at it, I was like, man, I could really get this right now. But I looked at the game selection, I'm like, there's nothing for me to look forward to. Now, if y'all come out with a Marvel 4 and it just says, yo, PS5 only, that's it. I'm blowing my pockets, getting popped. But like, bro, there's nothing really in it. The only game, no bullshit, that I would love to play on the PS5 is the new Oddworld that's coming out. You know Oddworld? Right? My man Abe, you know Abe, right? Trying to free his people always, right? Them puzzles and shit, that shit was cool. That is a game coming out for PS5 bringing him back. That would be the only game that will actually give me that attention. Be like, I'll get a PS5. But I heard it's coming out for PC.
Yo, he's got now.
No, it's not got.
No,
it's
you're a
not
PC
got.
monster now.
No,
like,
it's not even about. I'm a
PC
PC monster. I'm a PC monster. Fuck it. But look though.
No, it's good shit. I get it.
He's about to have 3 PCs. So yes,
I'm really about to get another one. Yeah,
I'm a PC monster. I get it. I have the last system I bought was the PS4, and that was just because Dragon Ball. You know what I mean?
But that makes sense though.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean. And then obviously, if you're a Sony fan, if you collected them shits as it went by, cool. But I'm like, dog. If you got a souped up, your PC souped up.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool.
So you gonna drop chicken on something you don't need?
I mean, it's, something.
Yo, talk to your man in BK. You ain't buying that shit.
Chris, I got you. Like I was telling my mans this last night. I was like, sometimes like you just want to sit on a couch and play a single player game and not like be at a desk. It's a different experience.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true. But
Good
I'll
point.
be honest, that's not the case with me.
So what are you getting for?
Just to have it.
What?
Look, I'm frugal with a lot of shit in my life. Trust me.
You random.
I am frugal with a lot of shit. But
That's the word, you sure? I
my
feel like it's random.
my vice, I have a random electronics vice where like I'll just spend on some stuff. Just
But we have reason. For example, you got the Nintendo. No, you got the Nintendo DS, right? What you got it for?
oh yeah. But that no. We were playing with each other. That was fun. You know what I mean? Like we was in an arc and we had group sessions.
We're talking about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, by the way, guys.
Yeah, we was playing. Damn, did I not have a DS before that?
No,
I had a DS. I didn't have the game.
No, you did not have DS.
I did have DS.
Bro,
I was playing.
bro.
I was playing Diddy Kong Racing on it.
Yeah, but that's after the fact. You got Pokemon, and then Nightmare got you to hack shit where you can play your games. Yeah, come on, man. I remember that shit. First off, that's facts. First off, look.
Maybe.
Literally, I'm gonna tell you the timeline on how I got the Switch, and Blue Jay got something to do. This is crazy, right? Mm-hmm. I saw Blue Jay one day. He pulled up. We went to a site from his crib. Mm-hmm. He pulled out a DS. I was like, oh shit! And this is the Brolic joint. This is the first one. This motherfucker's playing Mega Man ZX, right? Mm-hmm. And the first thing that caught me wasn't even the gameplay; it was the music. I was like, holy shit! What the fuck you playing? It's like, yo, I'm playing Mega Man ZX. I was like, okay, cool. Shout out to my man Blue Jay. He's like, Mega Man ZX. So I'm playing this shit, right? Like, fucking Chris and him, they playing Marvel, and I'm on the side, and I'm gravitating. So I was like, yo, my goodness, this shit is godlike, right? And I was like, yo, how much you bought this shit? And yo, Blue Jay, yo, this is my guy, bro. He said, oh, why you want to buy it? Just borrow it. I was like, you sure? He's like, oh, sure. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to play that shit. So I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah, take it. He's like, here's the charger. And I was like, I put that shit in my bag. I said nothing else. Then we continue playing Marvel 2. Mm-hmm. I went home. That's how I got involved with the Nintendo DS. You know what I'm saying? So then Pokemon was coming out. And I know why you got the DS. Man, Justin was talking shit to you, bro.
Yeah.
Justin said, yo, I will smoke you in Pokemon.
Justin and Mike.
Yeah, it was like, I'll smoke you in Pokemon.
Was it Diamond and Pearl?
It was Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
They was talking shit, right? And you was like, yo, I'm going to get a Switch. Then he hit me up. He's like, yo, we on this Pokemon shit hard, right? I was like, yeah, I'm playing. He's like, I'm playing. We're doing the eggs and all that shit. We hatching the eggs. We get a squad. Now, mind you, Justin, he's a good gamer, but he sucks in Pokemon. So this dude want to talk about he nice. Obviously, me and Chris, we did our homework. We did the EVs and IVs.
Oh, yeah, we was on Saturday.
We did all that shit. The Pokerus.
Yeah.
And all that shit.
Yo, we was on.
We on it.
Down.
Fucking, what's this shit called? Smogan.com?
Cerebi.
No, Cerebi. There was another one, though.
Nah, that wasn't out yet.
There's to a Smogon or something like that.
That was the joint that Jerome was on. When he was playing online.
That's Smogan's godlike.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, you correct me if I'm wrong, but we really got into it competitive to the point where we was like actually trying to like qualify into tournaments and shit like that. Like she was pretty. I don't know if you went to the national tournament. Did you try? Me and Kramer did. We actually got like top 16. We needed to be like top 8 to qualify, but like we got top 6, but shit like that. Like but anyway, I remember that's why you got it because you was talking because Justin was talking shit to you.
Justin and Mike. I cooked them up, by the way.
You did?
They got body.
It was free. She was free. They asked in Pokemon.
Boss ass.
Justin, I hope you watch. You suck in Pokemon. You're great in fighting games, but you suck in Pokemon. And it's crazy because that has to do with a lot of reads, but you just can't get those reads right. It is what it is, right? What a way to expose somebody. But anyway, that's how you got the Switch. But anyway, back to the point where I was saying is
the DS.
Excuse me. The DS. But that's a reason to get it though. Like, you got it.
Right.
And you was like heavily playing it. I swear to God, you're gonna get a P5. You are not gonna play that shit. She's gonna collect dust, and you're gonna be playing Marvel 2.
It just
bro,
might.
That's a grip. All right, how much you selling it for?
Hold on. But hold on. Here's the thing. I get the PS5, right? And then let's say the Marvel 2 drops for it.
Okay, you got a point there.
I already got the system. Now, if I don't get it and a Marvel 2 drops for it, there might be a flock. I might be on some waiting list shit. I'm be salty.
All right. You got a point. Now, the big question is, how much you dropping on this?
I think I got the one with the discs, not just the digital, the discs.
And you fine with that? You collect them.
2 controllers for like $6.
2 controllers in the disc for $6. How much is it retail?
I think like 500. So
and you're getting 2 controllers.
Yeah,
that's actually a great deal.
That is a great deal. That is a great deal. Okay. All right, I take that back.
Yeah.
I thought they was trying to like kick you in the noggin.
No.
Oh, that's not bad.
Shout out to Cat Daddy. Cat Daddy was trying to get me one. So I was trying to like get a good deal on one. You know what I mean? But
Cat Daddy's Katigbe, by the way,
Arthur
guys. Arthur Katigbe.
Yeah. But no. That's what I was really thinking about. I'm like, I want to have the hardware in place. I don't want to go scrambling with the packs to find it if this shit drops. You know what I mean? But back to the Marvel 2. You know what I mean? Back to the question: Marvel 4 or re-release of Marvel 2? I'll go first.
Nah, I go first. Let me knock it out.
Okay.
Fuck, man. And this is the point I was trying to make. We have everything for Marvel 2 now. Are we still trying to grow the scene? Obviously. Right? So I feel like this would be great in terms of a Marvel 2 revival. Even though it's been there, it's not like it's dead, but it's been there. We got more to work with, right? But damn, a Marvel 4, man. I will only go for the Marvel 4 if I know. Damn, see, that's the gamble. That's the guess.
Yeah, you gotta.
See, look.
You gotta shoot the dice, baby.
Look, man, and I hope Capcom's listening. You know, I've done many work for you guys so much years, you know, including with Matrix. You know, we've done so much work for you guys. NVCI was a bomb in terms of the character select screen. You know what I mean? So it's like, now, do I have that confidence that it's gonna it'll be different for Marvel 4? Because obviously it all has to do with licensing and IPs.
X-Men.
That's what I'm obviously. Let me get there. Let me get there. X-Men. I want my man. This one's for you, Morph.
That was the only sound he wasted in that episode too.
He climbed on his back and everything. He said, "Kush, kush,
yeah,
kush." Man was working on shoulders, climbing up Sentinel. But yeah, I mean, damn, bro, that's a hard. Oh.
That's tough. I know.
And the only reason I'm leaning to Marvel 4 is because we have everything for Marvel 2. Mm-hmm. But if we want to bring a new crowd, this would be great. Mm-hmm. I don't know, Chris. Give me an answer. Fuck it. Give me an answer. Let me see.
Okay.
Saradare. Oh, Saradare. Ancient African secret.
Saradare. So, I said this, right? I said the Marvel 4, but let me tell you why, right? Okay, real similar. You know, we do have everything we need with Marvel 2. It will be terrific to have it on a next gen system with everything that I've stated and everything like that. But it would still be the exact same game, and you know, I would want to definitely cater to some of the newer characters that are coming out, even in the comics and stuff like that, you know? So, I know, like, you know, Marvel 4, you know, they might bring characters back, like, you know, like Taskmaster, you know, Wesker, Dante. It'd be cool to have a Marvel 2 Dante, you know what I mean?
Just put the whole Devil May Cry series in that bitch, man.
Yeah, you know, that aspect of it. And also, I do trust new age games, right? The only thing that was wrong with Marvel 3 was they lost the ability to patch the game appropriately.
Facts.
I didn't like the game as it was, but the game has wow potential.
Yes, it does.
Wow potential. They could, you know what I mean? They could have fixed quite a few things, made some things better, you know, change a lot of things around if they had the ability to do so. With Marvel 4, you know, assuming that everything would stay in place, you know, legal wise, you know, if anything's wrong with the new age technology and the way things are now, they could patch it, they can fix it, and they can, you know, make the game, you know, godlike on a competitive level. And then, you know, who knows, like maybe we'll have a Capcom Cup for freaking Marvel 4, you know, stuff like that, where like you'll have old players and new players coming in and competing for, you know, the bag, you know what I mean? So I love Marvel 2, my favorite game in the world. And, you know what I mean? Like, my heart is always with that and the community, you know what I mean? But I just love Marvel versus Capcom series in general, and I'm definitely about progression into the future.
Yep.
So that, you know, it's not free, you know what I mean? Like, I understand I got to gamble and I got to roll dice, right? If I kind of had an idea, if I got to see like, oh, what Marvel 4 was gonna be about first, you know, like a little tease, you know, like maybe I got to test a little bit, and I could like, you know, most likely it won't live up to what the MVC2 community expects of a Marvel game, right? Obviously, because we're so attached to Marvel 2 style, the game engine, and you know, there's nothing that's ever gonna really
replicate it
exactly and compare and satisfy us, right? But if I know that they're like at least close to, you know, implementing that Marvel 2 style game engine with their more updated tweaks and stuff like that, I'm all for it. But if I know that they're gonna go in a whole new direction, if I know that, then I think I would say Marvel 2. But the fact that I don't know, so yeah, there's a possibility it could be shit. But there's a possibility it could be the greatest thing ever created over again.
You know what? That's fair. That's a fair assessment. All right, look,
so I'm willing to take the gamble, because you know why? If I'm wrong,
we still got Marvel 2. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But that's what I was getting at. All right, so you know what? I agree with you there. I'll take the gamble with Marvel 4. But why don't we just have it both in the same disc? Is that a problem? Is that like impossible? Like,
I mean,
just make the Marvel 4 and just to celebrate of where it came from, for real.
On some anniversary edition.
Yeah,
right?
just have Marvel. Just have
games.
Marvel 2 in there with the rollback and
have Marvel 1 too. Actually have the whole Versus series. Remember how they did with the Street Fighter? I have a Street Fighter game.
The anniversary edition, joint.
I have a Street Fighter game I bought online. Forgot it got every Street Fighter on there. I think Street Fighter 1 and up. I forgot how much I paid for it. Maybe
I would love.
$30.
All right, straight up. Look. You know what? Let's just say I can make Marvel 4 and what I could add to it. So let's talk on a production side. All right. Ready?
What's your character roster gonna look like? How many characters though?
I'll give a solid 64.
Oof.
Solid 64.
That's a lot
on launch.
Oh, he said on launch.
On launch.
Ow.
And then if we want to close out in terms of like DLC. And then it's crazy is because the roster's so huge for Capcom and Marvel.
Yeah.
You could just have the open globe for like more space for just other characters. You know what I mean? And when I say open globe, I'm just so caught up with the character select screen with Marvel 2. I love that globe. That shit looks so dope, right? With all the characters. Imagine remaking making Marvel 4 and they celebrate that globe. And then you'll have the question mark. You know how you have the question marks originally to unlock the characters?
Yeah.
You just have them there sticking there, just making you wonder who's going to be.
Now you got to spin the globe to get to the rest of the cast.
Feel me? Like something cool like that.
That's crazy.
Like something cool like that. So I'll give 64 characters off rip. Obviously, let's celebrate all the characters that's out now that pretty much pushed Capcom and Marvel. So obviously, like Marvel got a lot of new characters and new freaking portals and shit, new multiverses with characters. For example, like the female Iron Man, female Thor. You know what I mean?
Jane Foster, yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like just have a mix of like the multiverse of those characters in Marvel. You know, maybe it'll be a mode where like, you know how in CVS2 you had like C groove, A groove, S groove, etc., etc., etc. You have, instead of those grooves, the multiverse bar. So you have Magneto from Marvel Superheroes. I don't know what era that was. Then you have Max Eisenhart Magneto, and then you have Eric Leshner Magneto. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you have that, and that'll be your bars for it, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
But Marvel 2 new roster, whatever. I mean Marvel 4 new roster, whatever the case is, and then obviously you have a mode where you could play that Marvel 2. You know what I'm saying, with everything that we just spoke of. Because I feel like there's not much to do, but just to make a perfect port, and then just have the addition of the ratio mode. Maybe like an art gallery. Maybe have some information of the past growth from the community. Like just have some like lore of like how this became so big. You know what I mean? Because obviously people already know that it's Marvel and Capcom characters, right? But let's put something in there where it'll stick on why this became so awesome. You know what I mean? For the arcade culture, for the FGC culture. Just have like a brief like little history book there where you can just flip the pages in there and they'll let you know some shit. You know what I mean? Something cool, man. It just needs to be different. Just don't be like, hey, here's a new port.
Yeah.
Good game, peace out. You know what I mean? Like, nah.
You can have some unlockable videos. Like you can unlock Evo top 8s
type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like something cool that everybody can be involved with. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would say a Marvel 4 and just have the Marvel 2 on the side, man. Like, what the fuck is the problem?
Throw the whole person from Children of the Atom and up. Just put them in there.
I mean, obviously you got to take consideration like this space.
They did it with Street Fighter. This big, that's not a thing anymore. That shit is dead. They could do that shit.
They do that shit?
Give us all of that. Come on, we had them systems on freaking like PlayStation 1, Saturn. We got power now. We got power.
Bop, bop, bop. He said, now if you ever. But yeah, man, like something cool like that would be pretty dope, man. To be honest with you, just it caters to the new and the old, and then obviously people will be so considerate of Marvel 4. Hey, maybe they won't like Marvel 4, and they're just like, we got Marvel 2 right here. Still gonna be a sell. You know what I mean? Because obviously you got to look at things on the business side as well.
Yes.
Because I would look at it like this. Obviously, if Marvel 4 comes out, that means they have the licensing for all the characters again, right? An official Marvel 4, not this Infinity Stone shit. The official Marvel 4 where it has both universes. Obviously, they'll add the whole Devil May Cry series. They'll add maybe the whole Onimusha series.
Who are you looking for from Devil May Cry?
If they pull up,
yeah,
just give me Nero.
You want Nero? Okay,
Nero's lit.
You want Nero?
Because I can already see and imagine what type of character he would be. You know what I mean? In terms of like the grappling hook, because he got something that's similar to kind of like Spencer's hook, but it's like it's like a soul in his body, like in the sword. I think it's Yamato. I think it is. And then Yamato could just grapple motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Correct me in the chat in the comments if I'm wrong, Warriors. But yeah, Nero would be cool. I would love them to bring Spencer back, but as Bionic Commando, not as actual Spencer, like with the dreads. Have him originally. Maybe he has some guns on him or some shit. Yo, I could go left with this, bro. This shit is dope. You know what I mean? Obviously, Spider-Man's getting celebrated right now with the multiverse. That's coming out. All the Spider-Mans are going to be in there. Oh, yeah. So have all version of Spider-Mans in there. Shit, like, why not? Like, I don't understand. Like, there's no point not to do it. If you got the IPs, you might as well go for it.
Can I ask a question? You know what? It's like, how you going to top that? That's why.
What's up, Ruben?
I was going to say, if you're adding the Spider-Mans, are you doing them as, like, alternate costumes or as independent
characters?
That I feel like that would just be, like, hard to patch. Like the hardest game to patch.
You think so? I don't know, man. I feel like they could do it. You know what it is?
No, I mean they could do it. They just literally.
Are they gonna have the patience for it? Are they gonna have the patience for it?
Yeah.
To actually have a different move set and such and such.
Right.
I actually, to be honest, I wouldn't mind.
We got 2 Wolverines in Marvel 2.
We do got 2 Wolverines in Marvel 2.
We got 2 Wolverines in Marvel 2.
We do got 2.
One with the adamantium, one with the bone claw,
but one got Berserker Slash, one don't. That's cool though.
And supers, they don't. One got the
speed up, one that don't got it. I know Bone does more damage.
I think he's a little. Is he faster?
I know. I think he just does more damage. Is Bone the one with the low assist, the slide, or that's adamantium?
I don't remember.
I think it's adamantium.
Ironically, I don't play any of them, and Wolverine is like one of my favorite X-Men too. Crazy.
You want to fight Sentinels, B? Characters go out the fucking window.
He said now.
Sentinel, yo, and it's crazy. I mean, we spoke about it before stream, but literally because people have issues with the game in terms of god tiers, yo, Sentinel fucked it up for everybody, man. All your favorite characters that you thought that you could rock in a competitive setting, like Ken, Ryu, Guile, maybe some Gambit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Sentinel fucked that shit off for y'all, man. If you got any character to blame, it's Sentinel. All right.
So, random question, right?
What's up?
How beneficial or detrimental in a fighting game is salt?
Oh, good question. Beneficial?
Is salt healthy?
It can be. I say this a lot.
And is salt justified?
I look at it like this. You use that salt to season your next win. That's bars.
That is bars.
Now,
bars.
That's the beneficial part, right? you get salty. It's cool to be emotional. You know what I mean? But, after you calm down that salt, that sodium's high, right? After you calm down from it, you got to just realize and put everything in place. All right, I got fucked up. Now, what can I do next time to make this less of a factor of me getting fucked up? You know what I mean? Now, obviously, you probably play the guy again. He'll fuck you up, but he'll probably fuck you up less, right? Because you got your shit together.
Yeah.
But it's... But I feel like it could be beneficial in terms of stepping your game up.
So it could be motivational.
It could be. So now detrimental. You said detrimental?
Yeah.
It might just kill that whole vibe for you. I don't want to play fighting games no more. Yo, fuck this guy. Maybe you might end up hating the guy. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
You might drop a character for the wrong reasons.
Right. And it becomes even more worse for you. He's like, damn, I could have done it with this character. Fuck. Right? Like, I could imagine somebody, for example, played Ryu in Marvel 3 and then went to 0 and then still couldn't get those results.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll probably say to themselves, man, maybe it's not for me, man. Maybe this ain't for me.
When is salt justified? When do you feel a player should be salty?
Phoenix. Yo, I saw Justin get frauded out by that character. I was like, yo, it's okay. You still the best, God. Yeah, that's right. I said Phoenix. That shit was fraudulent, God.
Yo, yeah.
That shit was fraudulent as fuck. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I don't give a fuck about how much it worked. Yeah, that shit was fraudulent. That shit was fraudulent, bro. I'm sorry. You telling me that was real? Chris, look at me. Yeah, that shit was justified, all right? You told me that was real. Look at me. Chris, look at me.
He said, Phoenix.
You tell me.
Boom,
you think that was cool?
That shit
I
was
seen a guy on a day-to-day getting better in Marvel 3. Lose to a guy that don't even take it to the lab. You tell me.
He said funny.
That shit wasn't, yo, bro. I swear to God, that shit was an asterisk to me in Marvel 3. If you played Phoenix and you was getting wild results, you are the Barry Bonds of Marvel 3. 100%. I don't give a fuck. The only exception, and that's almost, and barely. The only exception was Chan. Barely. Because I seen his work ethic, so I'll never take that away from him. Never.
Yeah.
But damn, bro.
Yes.
Like damn. You get 5 meters to sit? Chris, look at me. You think that was so it's justifiable on that, right?
Yeah.
Chris, you was playing Dante Storm.
Yeah. But you know what some people will say? You got the same character selection I got. You can pick a 2.
Motherfuckers gotta find a specific tech to deal with it.
Yeah, I know.
Be like, yo, I got anti-Phoenix tech. Wow, you had to find. Wow. Bro, with Spencer, I had to kill somebody with bionic maneuvers to get the tech, but I had to hit him though.
Yeah.
And he had 5. I had to hit him though. It was at the end of the stuff, you know, he'd be like, so long, sucker, punches you, and then she transforms, I can't control it. You could X Factor, right? You could X Factor on the splash, and while she's still in that mode where she's like coming out of it, you could command throw the bitch.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But I had to do it though.
Yeah, that's a situation you gotta set up.
There wasn't nothing new, just like, alright, fuck it, I'm gonna chill right here.
Can't burn your X Factor, you gotta save it.
She popped, boom, I got an answer. No, you had to set up the answer.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Listen, y'all can tell, you're salty. No, fuck that. That shit cost me a lot of money. That shit cost me a lot of situations where I could have been happier.
Oh, man.
With my Marvel results, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh,
but yeah,
God.
It is justifiable, but depend on shit like that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
absolutely. Yeah, it's justifiable.
Salt.
I don't fuck what nobody think. That's my opinion at the end of the day. That shit was bullshit.
So, when did Salt become so funny though? You know what I mean? Like
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you when it became funny. I'm gonna tell you when it became funny. When shit started airing on stream.
I guess so.
Well,
yeah.
Because when it was just us and it was off camera, even when Preppy was recording this footage, obviously, like let's say if me and Chris was playing back in the day, right? Preppy would be right here in the middle, recording the footage, and you really can't see or engage on the emotions.
Yeah.
Because all you probably hear some shit talk like, oh fuck, blah blah blah, pop off, but you never really seen the reactions or really like.
Right.
You know, really feel what they're going through. Unless, of course, like Zach took it off the tripod and then looked everywhere, which wasn't really the case all the time, you know? Most of the time, actually. But now, you know, since the streaming world came about and, you know, you could switch scenes and you could switch cameras and shit like that, you could really catch.
and they know when to switch, too. Let some dumb shit happen.
In the middle of a combo, they're like, oh, yeah, it's over. And they hit that shit on the stream deck, whatever it is that they rock. And then they look, and then you see it.
Yo, somebody just make a comeback they should not have made. They put the camera on through. He be like,
I'm gonna be honest, and this is my guy. You know what I mean? It didn't do too much justice to Sanford. I'm gonna be real with you.
Oh man,
that's my guy. That's my man. That's one of my best friends. Yeah. You gotta understand, this man, like in the middle of the show, when he knows it's over, he's gonna look over to you and he's gonna talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's one thing to be in the mix to feel that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, yeah, I understand. But then now people around the world is catching a glimpse of how salty somebody could really get, and they're like, damn, this motherfucker salty, man. He's talking to him in the match. Obviously, you know, and people not know or realize that this guy's a really passionate dude. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So, yeah, I would say streams was really like the it.
Oh,
for putting the salt out there.
Yo, Ruby, let me ask you a question, bro. Because I know you watch some fighting games. I know you obviously didn't watch like at the level that we've been watching all these years, right? But like, tell me some fucked up shit that you've seen in a fighting game and you just felt like, yo, that's OD.
Most recently, I think anytime somebody takes the time to teabag somebody before like finishing a combo is fucked up.
Oh yeah, that's some new age shit too. The teabagging, yeah. Yo, man, back when Street Fighter 4 had the courtesy duffs, they took them shits out. Remember the courtesy duffs? Yo, they said it was disrespectful in Street Fighter 4.
Oh, them shits isn't strive. That's I love them shits.
Yo,
you end somebody in the first round, that should be like slash. You can hit them with a whole button into a move. I was like, oh, this is great.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah, I be ending somebody with a bad. They dead, and I do a bad moon afterwards. Like, motherfucker.
Yo, the tea bagging. That's
I like that shit.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that is some new age shit. People didn't used to do that before.
Bro, I had post round ender combos. Like I would like let's say if I do it able, I'll do like a crouch and short for the KO. I'll do launcher into a focus attack. I go ah. That shit was grimy. Oh, the stand fist, the double shit, the bang bang. He does the little 2-piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah, I fuck with Curtis. He does. I can't believe they actually got rid of it because they thought it was disrespectful.
That's pretty fucked up.
Man, fuck that. I'm beating on that body. Fuck that. You want to do some cheap shit? You want to play young?
So you know what I was thinking about? Let's see how aware you are of what you do when you salty.
Hold on.
I'll tell you what. When I'm salty, I got levels of salt, right? I got levels of salt. So first time I'll be like this. I'll be like, okay, I'll just say something in my head. I'll be like, okay, that shit was bullshit. I'll say in my head it's bullshit, but I say, okay, let's just try to avoid the situation so we don't got to deal with that, right? But I'm salty.
That's why you fucking up,
right? No.
That's why you fucking up. You talking to yourself too much.
So then next, no. Then next go round, right? Then I'm like, okay. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay. I tried this. I still couldn't avoid the situation. I said, okay. All right, let's find another way around. I said, you know what? Maybe it's not bullshit. Maybe I just don't know how to deal with it yet, right? Boom. So then I got layers, and then I start really playing in my head. I'm like, okay, let me think. Like, okay, what's the option here? But if I do this, he gets this. But if I do this, he gets this. But either way, he's getting this, right? So I'm like, okay, so I can't really stop this. So what do I get? What's the alternative? I'm sorry. I'm like, he gets that. He gets some cheap shit. Okay, so what do I get? Let me see. Let me think. I don't get this. I can't do this. Like, why can't I put him in those situations too? I'm like, I can't do this. Is it me? Is it my character? Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, cool. So let me see. So let me just keep on playing. Maybe something will drop. Boom, boom, boom. Then I'm like, okay. So then I might ask the person a question. I'm like, yo, is this plus here? I'm like, can I do anything about this?
Yeah, you're really breaking it down in layers. Okay.
But yeah. Then I'm like, no, okay. So I can't do nothing about that then. So I just gotta take that. And then if I'm wrong, I lose my whole squad. If I'm right, I just get a combo here. Okay. So I'm like, okay. And then I'll get to the point where I just get straight numb. And when I'm numb, that's when I get comical.
That means you're getting your ass beat.
Yeah.
So look. So peep game. You get comical, huh? All right, so I'm going to tell you how to break it down. First off, you already made the mistake thinking about it too much. You already made the mistake. So let me tell you something, right? So let's say I bump into some real extreme bullshit, right? Oh, and this happened to me. And you know what's crazy? You know what really had me like thinking? When I was playing MK decks. That was really exposing my mind. I'm like, damn, like, wow, like, really? Like, it was like, I was asking myself a lot of shit, bro, in tournament. So, yo, peep game, right? So this is what you do. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know what I be thinking. I'm gonna let you know my mind state, right? So first and foremost, if I run into the same shit more than 3 times, then I'll start questioning myself. But you can't stay in your brain too long, mid-tournament or session, whatever, because my man's locked in. Whoever it is that's doing this shit to me, he's locked in. No matter what I'm thinking, he's still gonna do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just there like, okay, wow. So he pressed it there, all right. So maybe I won't challenge it this time. But then I'll leave it there. I won't go back. I won't go too deep with somebody like, man, he pressed it that time. Man, what if I do this? What if I do that? And meanwhile, he'll probably do it like 2-3 more times without me even noticing. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta nip it in the bud. Like, all right, maybe I just won't press something there. Boom. I go back to neutral. Right now, if it happens 3 more times, then I'll start really questioning myself. Like, damn it, is it just something I don't know, or he's just figuring something out? Is it a flow chart? Then I'll start drifting off, and then the match will become worse. You gotta lock in. You know what I'm saying? You just can't really think about it too long. You gotta be quick. You gotta be quick on your feet. So maybe like, all right, maybe I won't engage. In this case, let's say it's a Marvel game. I'm gonna let the assist do the work.
No. Let's be specific. Let's talk about what you was thinking when you was burning in the flames. What was the whole thing you had?
You want me to break down the mental?
Yes.
All right. So mind you, most of these Phoenix players, they had hidden missiles. Keep that in mind, right? So I'm like, okay, you know what? I just got to bring her in, right? she ain't gonna have the 5 balls. I'm gonna bring her, right? But I'm like,
Sure.
damn, but I can't really get it going too much because I gotta worry about the missiles. So I was like, all right, let me not worry about Phoenix. Let me worry about the neutral first. So boom, right? Depending on the character they have, especially if it's like Zero, Magneto, ooh, that shit look good. They look real good with that assist, boy.
Mm-hmm.
So boom, I'm playing neutral, whatever I'm thinking about. Like I'm weaving this shit, right? So by the time I finish playing the neutral, I start realizing that she's getting barred real fast. So then I start panicking. I'm like, oh shit. I can't just let this happen. So mind you, you know that mentality you get. I was like, damn, she got 5. Let me just play it out. You know that mentality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, man, she got 5 balls. Let me play it out.
You reach acceptance.
Yeah. So now, all right, I kill the first character, I kill the second character. Mind you, I got the full squad.
Oh gosh.
Right? I got the full squad. So I'm like, all right, bet. Now let's say I have like, all right, let's get examples. Right? I had Dante, Virgil, Magneto. Let's use that team.
Mm-hmm.
I had Dante, Virgil, Magneto, right? OCV, whatever with a Dante, whatever the case is. Phoenix comes with 5, right? Now you have certain options. Like, all right, I could get her to a pixel, and then lock her in with some supers, and then bring in Virgil. But then you have to take into consideration: is your Virgil alive? Do you have the cash for Virgil? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have to have everything working out my way, though. Whatever it is that I'm trying to set up, whether it's in the income and whatever the case is, because it has to be a scenario where I can keep it still and the splash don't hit me. You know the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
See, I can't control it. It just splashes, right? And then she got space, right? But then you gotta block afterwards. And then what goes in my mind is like, shit, should I hold up here? Maybe I should grab. Maybe I should mash throw.
Yeah.
But in the midst of that thought process, oh shit, 50-50, dead character. Then obviously you got the fine.
Yeah.
On incoming.
She starts setting up shot.
On incoming. I got Virgil coming in. No air dash. No nothing. Gotta come in there straight raw. No double jumps. Nothing. Unless, of course, I have Devil Trigger, but ain't nobody spending the cash on that shit like that. Boom, come in, boom, dead character. Magneto comes in. Dead character. Now, are you really getting outplayed, though?
Yeah. Now, after, what are you saying to yourself? What did you do wrong?
I let her live. If you want to get logical, if you want that's the expected answer, right? You know what's going on in my mind? Motherfucking fraud. And then my ego get in the way to the point where I'm not paying attention to the match no more. My pride and ego is getting in the way, and the match don't matter no more. The match don't matter no more. I got washed. I got outplayed.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Bro, I ain't even mind. Yo, real shit. I ain't even mind Wolverine for real.
Yeah.
Like when I lost to Justin, obviously Dante was getting. Every team got climbed on that I played. Funny enough. And what I mean by climb on is the jump short Akuma. Everybody got climbed on my team, right? So Justin would cook me with this shit. I wasn't even mad. I'm like, you know what? I put myself in this scenario. But there's options to that scenario where I could like, all right, you know what? If I survive this, I could push blah, blah, blah. You know, I could have something on the screen. You know, keep that shit in check, right? Phoenix, you don't get that. You don't get that. You tell me, how was your thought process when you fought a Phoenix?
Oh, shit. Bruh, listen. I accepted it early. I was like, nah, this shit is just bullshit. I wasn't even trying to logically think about that shit. I'm like, this shit makes no type of sense. I already seen what characters was doing with just X Factor, right? Then I seen her with the X Factor. I'm like, yo, you can't see nothing. I'm like, you can't really see what's going on. You gotta guess. And then you're losing chunks of life. I'm like, nah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Ruby, you seen that shit before?
Phoenix?
Yeah.
I think I've seen clips of like.
One day when we're doing like a can open or some shit, I'll reminisce.
And then God forbid it's somebody good with their first 2 characters where they got decent neutral. You know what I mean?
I'm just mad that I have to think that hard. Like, it's one thing to constantly be thinking in the neutral what's going on, because, yo, bro, when hidden missiles came into play, that shit changed the whole game of Marvel 3 forever. They was like, Yipes, why you play Magneto? They was like, hey, Yipes, why you don't play Magneto? Because I don't want to play Doom. I don't want to play Doom. That shit is corny.
Oh, man.
Everybody played Doom? Bro, and it's crazy because it really shows people's character, like, in terms of what neutral means to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, bro, guys, if y'all played hidden missiles, y'all was not playing real neutral. I'm gonna be real with you. That's the first assist I ever seen in my life where shit's coming from the top of the screen. You can't even see that shit. And I have to be constantly moving to avoid it. Meanwhile, you're scheming on hitting on me. Are you fucking kidding me? Now, mind you, I don't knock nobody for winning. Like, if you keep it straight, it's like, yo, I picked this shit because I'm trying to win. Yo, hats off to you. But there was motherfuckers out there really talking like, yo, I'm nice.
Yeah, I'm nice.
Man, my neutral, woo! This shit is 5-star. On the Yelp, all 5 stars, B. Give me that good rating. Motherfuckers thought they was nice. You know what I'm saying? That's why Ryan, as much shit that I hated for his gameplay, that motherfucker put in the work. I saw what he had to do. You know what I mean? Do I respect those Phoenix wins? Absolutely not. Especially when he played Justin. I'm like, damn, you really frauded that man out. Cool. But in terms of the work he put in terms of I know how good he is, he get a pass from me. He get a pass.
Shout out to Filipino.
That's it. But that's no diss to Ryan. That shit was fraudulent. You gotta understand, we coming from games, but we never seen some dumb shit like that before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, hell, if it was up to us back in the day, like let's say if that shit dropped in 2000s and we seen Phoenix do that, we probably would have banned the character.
That's true. Back in the day, characters were.
We would have banned the shit out of it. Yo, what the fuck is this? We would have banned that shit for shit. But you know what? People allowed it.
Some Shinakuma shit, right?
Yeah, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, that shit was crazy.
Yo, it was crazy, Ruby. Yo, bro.
But we coming up from the area we coming from, seeing that bullshit, bro. We're like, God damn, bro, like this, something's got to give, man. Yo, I had to switch my whole team up in strategy just to kill one character. Oh, I seen Phoenix Team Nemo. I don't even want to play that shit for real. Oh, you got it with missiles? Team Nemo. And then when I saw when the screen was just happy and I could play neutral, Dante Virgil Magneto. Or Spencer Virgil Hawkeye. Oh, but you got Doom, you got Phoenix, and you got Virgil? Tim Nemo. But see, I had to switch my whole shit up. I didn't want to do that, man.
I know.
I wanted to give you chills. I wanted to have you in my sights. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Dante player, baby. I wanted to rock that. That's my shit. I had to give it up. Cause bro, I was tired of getting hit. People say, yo, man, y'all just having trouble in the top 16, can't make the top 8. I'm like, look what I'm bumping into. Look what the fuck I'm bumping into before I get to the top 8. Look what I'm bumping into.
Yeah.
Sure, them white boys gonna avoid all that.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh man.
Yo, Chris used to pull up on me. He's like, yo, B, you know who you got next? I'm like, yeah, I know who I got next. He's like, yo, what you gonna? That's the question though. It's like, it's not that I could beat him. What you gonna pick?
Look what you bumping into. Look what you bumping into. Oh my god, that makes so much of a difference in a tournament. It's crazy.
Chris was literally pulling me up. Yo, he see the brackets. You know, Chris is nosy, which she's like, yo, who you guys gotta play? Pull back up. It's like, yo, you know who gotta play, right? And I was like, yeah, I know who gotta play, man. Why you think I'm out here smoking cigarettes? Why you think I'm out here smoking cigarettes, man? I gotta think about this shit now. Like, do I really want to rock this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit was bad, bro. It was a bad time for me, man.
Fighting games are.
But you know what though? That definitely did force me to go in the lab and step my shit up. I'm not gonna lie. Even though if that situation, because bro, Phoenix can just deplete your health the whole time in like seconds. Your whole strategy goes down to shitter.
It's bananas. It's bananas.
I'll think about a whole day of how I can defeat this, while the Phoenix player's like, I just gotta land with the 5 meters and I'm good.
Oh gosh,
that shit is bad, man. And I'm keeping it honest with you. I'm not taking credit from nobody, but like something got to give, bro. Like seriously, that shit was bad. Damn, I'm talking about it like I'm still playing Marvel 3, bro.
Oh yeah, that's salt. I like it.
It's not necessarily salt.
It's salt.
It's salt.
It's salt.
It's salt. But my salt is justified. Let's be real here.
Justified salt.
Thank you.
Justified salt.
Because there's people that just be salty just to be salty. My shit is justified.
Yeah. It's justified. It's a justified salt.
Bro, let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep this shit a stack, right? My results was great in Marvel 3, like throughout the history. I was always getting top 16, top 8. I only got 3 big victories under my belt. You know what I mean? But I was consistent. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep this shit a stack. There was a couple of instances where I will bump into a brick wall that literally changed the whole tournament direction. Because I bumped into that one shit and I couldn't get a chance to beat player A, player B, to have a different turnout in the tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be like that in tournaments. Like literally a matchup or a certain thing that you bump into changes the whole spectrum of how the tournament is going to fucking finish. You know what I mean? Which is nuts. But it is what it is, man. It's just something I had to really reflect on. So that was a good question. Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about salty moments, salty players. You know what I mean? Like, when it's just somebody beats. So I was just thinking about it. I was like, yo, salt been like a thing like in the past like 10, 15 years, like OD. So I'm like,
you want to know what's crazy about salt? Me coming up, I didn't know how to classify what I was feeling. I would lose, I'd take my walk and I'm like, man, I'm feeling something. It's not good.
Yeah.
I know I'm
a sore loser. You've been a sore loser.
I'm upset, but I never really had a word to justify or define what I was feeling. But it was definitely salt. Cutting dry.
So you salty?
Are you salty? Then you be lying to yourself. Salty? No, I ain't salty. Hell yeah, I was fucking salty. You know when I was salty? You know when I didn't want to admit it when I was salty? When I lost to Schmidt, bro. Yo, I was so tight, bro. I was hot. I was hot. Because you know why? I'm going to tell you why, right? So, like, obviously it's a West Coast thing. He did it in my fashion. So that shit was pissing me off even more, right? and then on top of that, I know I was gonna hear it from everybody going back home.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers like, oh, IFC Schmidt?
Oh.
Motherfuckers was talking some wild shit, boy. I was just like, where? I was like, all right. Then Coach sees the beat his own nine. Yo, you're not entering this tournament? No. Schmidt's not here. It's like, no, I'm not entering. Schmidt's not here. Then Fuji just gave me the word. Yo, we're bringing out Schmidt next. I was like, yeah, for 2010? Oh, yeah, I'll be there. I was like, yeah, I'll fucking be there, all right. You sold to motivate you for sure. That was bad. Yo, I was hot, bro. I was hot.
You had to wait some time for that revenge, too.
Oh, man, 2 years.
You had to wait some time
Oh,
for
it was
that.
hot, boy. Oof. Then, we had Street Fighter 4 in the mix. So, I had something to just have there to forget about that a little bit. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that was the first time I really classified with that shit. Not even Duck when he smoked me. I was just shocked that I was even up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not even Duck got me salty. That shit got me salty. Fucking hearing Chris on CJ talking wild shit in the back.
Yeah, they was. And freaking Chunk.
Of course Chunk gonna talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, it was just bonkers.
Oh god. Yo, you know what, too? Sanford been asking some pretty good questions on Facebook. I'm curious to hear your answers too. And you too, Ruby. He said first he was like, your top 3 Leonardo DiCaprio movies.
I saw them on Twitter. To be honest, I don't remember all of his movies. And Django was the last movie I remember Leonardo DiCaprio in.
That's tough.
He played a really good racist motherfucker. Dude.
Yeah, Django was godlike.
Like, obviously, we don't promote racism or nothing like that. You know what I mean? We all about the free world at the end of the day.
But we support the artistry of acting.
Yes. Thank you. Because I don't know if people probably be all fucking soft and say, you like Django? You saw what type of shit that was represented? I'm not trying to hear that shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
Right.
So that's why I'm clarifying that. But Django was pretty good on that one. He was pretty good in Django. Wolf of Wall Street, really good. I would say Pirates, but I just never. I ain't see all of them.
He got some.
He wasn't in Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
That's Johnny Depp.
That is Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
I'm confusing him. Yeah, I fucked up. See, that's how you know I don't know. That's how you know I never watched those. Let
me just name some of his.
That is Johnny
bangers,
Depp.
Right?
Yes. Wow.
Obviously, The Wolf of Wall Street.
They kind of look similar though. I ain't gonna lie.
Shutter Island. You ever seen that?
Shutter Island is pretty solid. Okay.
Catch Me If You Can. That's one of my personal favorites.
That's a good one.
The Revenant.
I don't remember that seeing that all the way through.
The Titanic.
Not bad.
Inception.
Damn. Okay. You put me on the spot. I gotta think about it.
Yeah. That was tough.
Django was cool. I like Django. I like Wolf of Wall Street.
The Departed.
Departed is cool.
Yeah, top.
He got some good shit.
So for me,
Aviator, Blood Diamond.
Blood Diamond was cool.
For me, it was not in no order. It was Catch Me If You Can, Inception, and I think I said The Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street is good shit, boy.
Yeah.
What I know he asked on Will Smith movies. He asked for Will Smith movies as well.
Ruby, what's your top Leo DiCaprio movies?
For sure, Gangs in New York is in there.
Gangs in New York is fire. Yes, it is.
Oh shoot!
Gangs in New York. Yes.
That.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite actors. So this is
with the Butcher.
Oh, I actually don't have a favorite actor. You know what? No, I don't have a favorite actor. Actually, never really thought about it. I do fuck with some Tom Cruise though. Not my favorite.
Tom Cruise isn't really like that.
It's just, you know what it was with age. I just couldn't believe him no more in terms of the emotions he was expressing.
Yeah,
he has the same facial.
Yeah. With age, yeah. Like early on, it was cool, but like he kept the same emotions all the way through. So I'm like, I don't know, I can't believe you no more. Too much.
Damn.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a toughie. That's tough.
He has all like hitters, like they all good.
Yeah. He got bangers.
I'm gonna go by what I could watch multiple times. Wolf of Wall Street,
Facts.
Gangs of New York, and shit. Probably Inception.
And I must have seen Inception at least 20 times. That movie is OD. I love Inception. That movie is ridiculous.
You know what? Speaking of movies, what you feel about the new Matrix, man? You hype?
Oh, I'm excited now. I'm excited. I'm curious. I'm more curious about the storyline than so much the action because I really want to see what
I'm
what's
assuming.
happening.
Based on just watching the trailers. For people that don't know, they just not too long ago announced that a new Matrix movie is coming out. Right. When you see it, obviously they're not on Zion, right? Mm-hmm. Pretty much back in the living, off the rip. Like you don't even see nothing that you would know if you're like a big Matrix fan. First thing that caught my eye was it looks like they forgot everything. It looked like Neo is just back in civilization.
I mean, he was popping some pills.
Oh, dear, all blue ones too.
Yeah,
all blue ones. So like obviously for people that watch the other ones, y'all would know what's that referencing. Basically numbing reality. Mm-hmm. That's basically what the fuck the blue pill does, right? So obviously, you see past characters in there. Obviously, I think Morpheus' son is in there. That's pretty much the gist of it. Or that might be Morpheus. We're not too sure yet. The bald-headed guy, apparently that might be his son. That's what people are saying, right? Trinity's in there, obviously, and they don't remember each other. So obviously they shook their hands. I was like, hey, what's your name? So, it's giving out little little clues and shit that people just don't remember what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
So I just want to know how he's going to recollect all these thoughts. And when he does remember everything, where it's going to lead to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because obviously the war with humans and the AI was pretty much killed, right? Mm-hmm. In the original one. So like, I don't know what's the new drama with this one.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm interested in the storyline.
Yeah. So like, I'm just trying to figure out exactly where they're going with this. And if this is if this storyline is that rich, will they continue doing more Matrix? Because I feel like if they're gonna do a new Matrix movie, I feel like they just need to nip it in the butt now. In terms of like how they want to end this series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they had John Wick Neo in there.
You feel me? Yeah, John Wick, that looked crazy, bro. Same hairstyle and everything too. Mm-hmm. But if it's the story, maybe him just waking up and don't remembering who he is. I think that's basically what they're going to be pushing on. You know what I mean? Probably Trinity been probably under slumber. Something must have happened. Maybe she was just so hurt that Neo was gone that she just plugged herself back in the Matrix or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just there's so many ways they could go with this. I don't know.
Yeah, that was another one. He said top 3 Keanu Reeves movies.
Ooh. I mean, I like Bill and Ted.
Okay.
Bill and Ted is good. Of course, John Wick. Wick. I just like the series, so I'm gonna say John Wick. And Matrix. Yeah, man. He's Neil Solid. Even though there's more movies for sure.
What about you, Ruby?
Wait, who are we talking about now?
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Yo, what was that movie? Hold on, before. What was that movie where there was a lot of cell shaded shit going on? Remember?
The what?
There was mad cell shaded shit in the movie. It kind of looked like a game. I forgot the name of that movie. Keanu Reeves was in it. That was like the original John Wick look before John Wick came out. It was cell shaded. It was like moments that it was like real, like real footage of like seeing it like live, and then there was a cell shaded part in the movie, or maybe the whole movie was cell shaded. Comments, let us know. Let me know. But that was a good movie though. I forgot the name of it though. It was cell shaded. I'm telling you. It was a cell-shaded movie. 100%.
I thought of something, but I can't remember the name.
So my top 3 Keanu Reeves movies are obviously The Matrix is one of them. John Wick, and whatchamacallit? Speed.
Oh yeah, remove Bill and Ted. Put Speed. I like Speed.
But honorably mentioned for me was Constantine.
Constantine was fire. Wait. What about
I did fuck with Constantine.
Devil's Advocate was fire too.
It was, but I like Pacino kind of made that.
I can fuck with that.
For me.
That's true. So that's not really like a Keanu.
No, it isn't. No, that's legit.
But he made it though. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Pacino did that for me. You know, he. I was more hyped about Pacino's role than Keanu.
That's facts. Because it's been a while since I think he acted like in a serious role, right? Before that movie came out.
Yep. Also, he said Will Smith movies.
You know what? I gotta really sit down. I really gotta think on that one because I've seen a lot of Will Smith movies, so I really gotta sit back. When it comes to coming up, like obviously from the hood and stuff like that, when you had access to VHS and rental stores, I had a Blockbuster literally around the corner from me. I've seen a lot of Will Smith movies. I've seen a lot, so I gotta think about that one.
It was pretty easy for me. Bad Boys,
Bad Boys is fire.
Any one of them.
Anyone?
Yeah, Bad Boys.
You like Bad Boys 2 better than 1?
It's tough. I don't know.
But all of them, I like that.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
I can't decide. It was Bad Boys for me. I love iRobot.
I gotta watch that again. I don't remember a lot of iRobot. I swear, I'm gonna be honest.
I really like iRobot.
Had a lot of actual life gems in that shit though.
And damn, what was the last movie I said? Oh, I can't remember the last movie I said. Let me think. I said Bad Boys,
I Am Legend.
iRobot. It wasn't I Am Legend, even though I like that one too. What did I say? I said Bad Boys, I Am Legend. iRobot. Oh, Independence Day.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah.
My man punched raw skin, punched the alien in the dome.
Yeah.
He put that man to sleep. He closed that shit. He said, "Welcome to Earth."
That shit was like, bang. That shit went to sleep. Duff City.
That was good. Yo, but you know what? Since we're on the topic of Marvel 2, well, obviously we're still doing movies. Since we're on the topic of Marvel 2, I actually want to address all of you writers out there, actually, and YouTube makers and stuff like that, when it comes to talking the history about Marvel 2. Hell, just the FGC period. But I'm gonna stick to Marvel 2. Even though we appreciate you guys going out your way to put some content out to let people know and just be aware of what's going on with Marvel 2. You guys are literally doing a shitty job in terms of really getting all your facts straight. Just with everything. I understand you guys are probably trying to push a narrative just to make your stuff stick or whatever the case is. But you guys are doing a very, very shitty job. I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm going to point out one thing in particular. What's it called? The Core Sports, the score esports, right? And I'm not saying that just this. I generally didn't remember the score esports. You guys did a terrible job explaining about the dead game that came out of a random guy's basement.
Yeah,
is that what they said? Right? That's
something along
those lines, right? That was terrible. And what made it even worse is none of you guys actually hollered at any one of us to really help fact check the shit that you guys was talking about. Not only was we upset, but the Marvel 2 community was upset as well. A lot of the information there was pretty much saying that I bring that shit from the ashes, when in reality it was a collective. You know what I mean? From the community on the West Coast, the Midwest, the East Coast, a collective of people still being interested in putting Marvel 2 back out there. And we did it. You know what I mean? Obviously, in terms of Battle of the Strongest, we, New York, bring that together. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you guys grabbed that information and y'all just ran with it like that without really fact checking, that shit was kind of disgusting. I'm going to be real with you. I was very upset. I'm going to be real with y'all in terms of what y'all said about in a random guy's basement. That line alone just let us know that you guys was not paying attention.
Yeah.
Y'all just saw something for what it was on the high energy end, and y'all just wrote with it. And y'all was probably excited when y'all was writing about it, because obviously as y'all go, when you write something general, you got that momentum going, and you just keep going and going and going because you like what you're doing. I appreciate that on that end. But in terms of your information, your fact checks, you guys did a shitty job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It is what it is. And I could bring up a lot of articles, but it's no point. But that one in particular hit me because our boy passed away. And he passed away, I think, a couple of months before they actually dropped that. I think it was like 2 months, like 3 months into his passing where they dropped it. I'm not too sure. I got to check that out. But, you know, that was very disappointing. And you know, I get it. You know, y'all probably was just like, yo, we didn't know, whatever the case is. But that's no excuse, man, at the end of the day. So anytime any one of you guys want to do something cool, especially when y'all have a big platform like a Kotaku or whatever the case is, y'all really have to just slow down and holla at somebody that knows what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Because when y'all hit that send, when y'all hit that final draft or whatever it is that you guys are doing, just know that in y'all mind, y'all thinking this is the perfect shit when it's not. You know what I'm saying? You have to talk to us. Whether it be Matrix, whether it be me, whether it be Justin Wong, whoever the case is, man. Like, you really have to sit there and really do your homework, man. That shit disappointed a lot of us, man, in the Marvel 2 community. I'm going to be real with y'all. So,
yeah.
It is what it is. That's just me.
That's true. I mean, I can't just like automatically say they mean well because I don't know.
Okay,
I would like to think that they mean well. You know what I mean? But it's like he said, like, you know, you really can't just, you know, like just write your perspective on what's going on and push it out because you have such a, you know, a huge following and there's a lot of eyes on it and people are gonna take like whatever is in those articles for face value when that's not the case. You know what I mean? And it is a slap in the face to the community and it's, you know, it's a little disrespectful. So we just ask that, you know, when those things happen, you know, like people are more than willing to share information with you. You know what I mean? You can contact anybody in the community and just say, hey, you know, like, you know, what was the backstory with this? You know, what was this that? You know,
please.
We've had several people like do like interviews or you know, documentaries on Marvel 2 that haven't even been released yet, and they contacted us and asked us questions. They didn't just see what they seen, you know, like on face value on through videos or hear from a third party or something like that. No, they came and asked us, like, you know, tell me about this. Tell me about the experience. Is it cool if I portray like this? You know, they did it the right way. There's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do things. So, you know, we just ask moving forward in the future, just, you know, try to do things the right way.
And please, and guys, y'all don't understand how much power y'all words have in general, because look, literally, the whole Marvel 2 community was after my head thinking that I had something to do with that shit. I had nothing to do with that freaking that Score Esports shit. You know what I'm saying? People was mad. It's like, oh, I can't believe Yipes is taking all this credit and blah 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 blah. Like, motherfuckers was really chopping my head, and you guys have no idea what type of damage you caused for me. You know what I'm saying? On the mental side too. So I'm just there like, damn, like, it's crazy that they really went about this without fact checking. You know what I mean? And I actually made it on their YouTube comments. I'm probably like one of the first posts. I'm like, you guys did a shitty job. You know what I mean? Pretty much said something along the lines that y'all did a bad job in terms of getting your information. You know what I mean? And obviously I shouted out Blue Jay immediately. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That random guy you guys was talking about in a random guy's basement, that was Blue Jay.
Right.
Okay. So I just hope moving forward, when we do start showing more love to Marvel 2 and you actually want to get involved with certain stories, just to have something interesting for new readers to read in terms of what's going on in the fighting game community, please just go out your way to just talk to one of us, man. Because it's just crazy to me that y'all think y'all got all the facts. Like, I understand as writers, y'all want to just throw shit out there in terms of just information, just to have the casual reader engaged. But like, come on, man, don't give no fake shit to the casual reader. Like, you know what I mean? Like don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Even newcomers that's in the FGC that actually want to know a little bit of history, don't give them some false shit, man. You know what I'm saying? This goes out to anybody that's trying to put out some footage out there, you know. And I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah,
that's it.
And it's great. Like what actually like sparked that was obviously the huge match with Justin Wong and Roundhouse.
Right.
You know what I mean? That
well, that's a whole different article actually.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. But that was like one of those articles has some things in it that, you know, a little shaky also. But
very shaky,
yeah.
Very shaky, very shaky. It was a recent, man. We throw it out. There was a recent Kotaku article. They was talking about the whole Roundhouse of Justin Wong story and all y'all facts. It checked out at least 1 out of the 10 of the actual facts of why that went down. That's real shit. So I hope I'm not saying I hope this makes y'all feel stupid, whatever the case is. It's just more so I want this to be a wake up call for you guys in terms of checking on what the hell is it that y'all releasing out there. Because 1 out of the 10 is not enough in terms of really putting the story out there. You know what I mean? So like, Yeah, man. It's just that time to just show us some respect a little bit. If y'all gonna talk about our scene, now mind you, I hope y'all don't take this footage and be like, well, you know what? Fuck you guys. We ain't gonna write shit about you guys. Hey, at the end of the day, we're not hurting on that. You know, we don't give a fuck. If that's how y'all feel, then by all means, fuck it, hold that. You know what I mean? But respectfully, if you're trying to show love to our community, you know what I mean, and bring eyes to whatever this platform that y'all writing for, please just show that respect, man. Just show that respect to the scene, to the people that been there before.
Yeah.
And just and we'll give you that information, man, so I can properly write it out there for the people. So, that's it on my end with that, man. I just had to get that shit on my chest. I actually made a Twitter post not too long ago, very upset about that. You know, because it's one thing that for a one-time thing to fuck up, like, you know what, he didn't get his shit, even though that was a hurtful one for me, and I'm talking about the core esports one, right? But it was consistently happening.
Yeah.
Like, people didn't get they get shit, they facts straight, and that shit was actually pissing me off.
Yeah.
You know? So, it is what it is. You know?
Okay. So let's talk about that Justin versus Roundhouse match.
Oh, man.
So first, let me give you guys the lore on how it went down.
The real lore.
Why. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So basically, like during, like, Roundhouse went on a nice little run. You know, he was having some success with a few matches in MVC2 and everything like that, and he was hot. He was on the up and up. He was playing well. You know, I mean, he's playing some big matches, and he was getting his W's. He won bots 3.
Yes.
You know, and you know what I mean, he had momentum going on, right? And then he was on the stream. Shout out to him, you know what I mean, streaming, you know, promoting, you know what I mean, showing love to the community, everything like that. So I'm gonna leave the other parties out, but he was communicating with somebody, and you know, he was saying, you know, like, you know, hey, you know, like, I've been bodying some people. He said, I need some more victims. I think I can get Jay, as in Justin. So, you know, said person that he said it to, he was like, oh, okay. Oh, you think you can get Jay? Okay, we're gonna make that happen. So obviously, you know, Justin heard that, and he was like, okay, well, you know, I don't fear him at all. You know, we can get it popping. But you know, it didn't happen immediately because obviously, you know, with COVID, nobody's traveling, nobody's been around each other too much and stuff like that. So it had some time, you know what I mean? And they weren't really in the same place at the same time. And, you know, Justin just hasn't been playing, but he was still down to play him if it ever worked out, you know, on some convenient shit. Boom, right? So fast forward, you know, Justin was in his neck of the woods, and he was like, you know, hey, you know, I hope you. I'm just like freaking paraphrasing a little bit, you know, but he was like, you know, I hope you got that same energy. You know, I'm here in your backyard. You know, what's up? You know, you want to get it popping? If you want to see me, you know, you talking my name, you got to come see me for 5K. Boom. So, you know, lo and behold, shout out to Roundhouse, you know what I mean? Like, he made it happen, you know what I mean? He got the bread together, and he got the match going. Now, I respect this man's confidence.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I respect this man's confidence. He stuck by his words. He said, you know, hey, I think I could get him. You know what I mean? I quote Ross. He said, Justin is just a better Chris Matrix. Now, let me say this, man. Like, I appreciate the compliment. I do. But I am nothing like a Justin Wong and Marvel 2. Like, we're worlds, different types of players. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
So, like, the fact that he felt like he was just a better version of me, I was like, okay. You know what I mean? Like,
he's not really seeing it for what it is.
Yeah, and when
Right.
people say stuff like that, and then like, or just like they have this blind confidence, right? Because Roundhouse was confident, but I like to call it blind confidence because, like, of all people that you underestimated Justin Wong.
It's just the way we
Like
Yeah,
we're talking about a guy who played the game from its inception. And, you know, obviously when you're playing games, there's things, there's teams, there's strategies that come about that, you know, you might have to learn how to overcome before you're actually beating them on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? You always got something that's hot, and then, like, the meta changes, and then, like, we realize, oh, that wasn't so good. This kid has gradually came across everything that the meta had to offer at the time and overcame it every time. Every time, like, overcame on a first go round. He's won 7 Evo titles for this game. And if you look at like the like the type of people that he's beaten, the level of competition that he's beaten, and then you say, okay, this is the person that you're gonna underestimate and say like, oh, I'm not gonna have any trouble with him because I'm familiar with his characters. To me, that lets me know that you're not looking at the game in a certain level. You know what I mean? You're not looking at it in a certain light, and you're not understanding what's making this kid so good. Now, you should always be confident, but you also have to be realistic, and like understand like, okay, what it is you need to do to win. So the fact that he thought he would be able to outlane Justin Wong goes to show me that
he wasn't thinking straight.
Exactly.
All right, so look, this is how I look. Let me add on to that. Sorry, not even to cut you off, brother. Look, shout out to Roundhouse. I met Butcher in person. That's a cool dude.
Yeah.
That's
the Igloo.
That's the Igloo. I always call him that. That's a name that I coined. His name is Roundhouse. Obviously, an Igloo. It's a Roundhouse. It's icy, so I always call him the Igloo. Right. Shout out to Roundhouse. I give much respect to him on many occasions in terms of him pushing the scene, him showing his confidence, and him always up for the challenge. You know what I mean? And he gets a lot of respect from me because not only is he a cool dude, but I can appreciate his confidence. You know what I mean? Because it keeps something going at the end of the day. Now, what I don't appreciate is his lack of homework. Right? That's the only thing I don't appreciate about that set.
Right.
Now, when I heard that set was going on, I didn't just pick Justin because Justin is godlike. Justin already mapped out what exactly he was going to do to that guy with no practice, mind you. Yeah. There's no practice. What got me upset is you knowing that you're going up against a guy like Justin with your style. Roundhouse style is based on forcing mistakes, right? And just being lame. You actually thought you was going to do that against Justin? Like, that's the shocker to me with an Iron Man assist.
Right.
On top of that.
Right.
So that means in your mind, you thought, man, Justin was going to make that much mistakes that would have got you away and made you hold the lead throughout the set. Knowing that Justin's the guy that don't even really engage, period. He will always take his turn when he knows it's at his advantage. But when he knows he's not at his advantage, he is going to play the skies. Right?
Yes.
Now, this was the shocker to me. I watched the set. I didn't watch it when it first happened. I was in PAX West when it was going on. I was flying back that Monday. So as that set was going on, I was still in the air. This was a shocker to me, right? And I'm not even going to talk about the pop-off. That was confidence. If you felt like you won that first game and it was going to carry over, by all means, brother, pop your shit. But this is the shocker to me. How Justin got the lead and you were still running away? Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, going up against a guy like Justin, you got to know that all your hits must count, right? So I saw you in multiple occasions land a jump fierce with Iron Man. No air to ground. Like, and the reason why, mind you, I'm not dissing your skill, my friend. With that much money on the line, trust me, on my guns, they're going to have all the attachments. They're going to have the red dot. They're going to have the silencer. It's going to have all the ammo. It's going to have everything. I'm not going to go in there with a sharp Swiss Army knife and thinking that I'm just going to fucking cut them all the time. Hell no. If I am a Storm Sent Iron Man player, I'm going to be like, all right, Justin likes being in the air. I'm going to make sure I get this air to ground with Iron Man. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to make him scared to go in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have that in your repertoire in terms of just being optimal. That's what I'm saying. You just got to be optimal. Justin is dry to the bone, right? But his strategy is enough to fend off what Roundhouse is bringing to the table. Run away, build meter, stall, your DAC, good game, peace out. You got the lead. He's gonna hold it down, right? So that was the only thing I didn't like in the set, is because I thought Roundhouse was really gonna prepare himself for this. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be optimal. You know, confidence is one thing, but you have to be sure that your weapons is ready, my bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I see Justin is up on the lead, right? There was an instance where Justin was running away. He had the lead. So I'm like, okay, so Roundhouse still is down on the chips. He still has Storm Sent Iron Man. So he could make a DAC happen, a guard break happen with Iron Man, and then just pretty much take the game back. Roundhouse was still running away.
Yeah.
And I'm just there like, bro. And maybe this is just your strategy overall, where you live, die, and breathe by it. You know what I'm saying? But like with that much money on the line, bro, you gotta make all your hits count. Now there was some instances he did choke it up, simple DACs and shit like that. Cool. But it's 15 games.
Right.
You know what I mean? One game you mess up, cool. Second game you got to clean it up. You mess it up, cool. You got the third game. The next time you hit him, you got to finish the job. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But overall, when you go up against a guy like Justin, and he wasn't even prepared, bro. Like, you had to hit him with the shocker that you have these type of things. That you have a fast overhead with Sentinel. That you have a 3 floater attack with Storm on a tri jump. Like, you have to implement this shit in his head. Justin literally saw the way that you played and went by his victory based on that. Obviously, in his mind, he's thinking he's better than you anyway, right? But just based on what he saw and what you bring to the table, there was no need for practice. And this ain't no diss to you, Roundhouse, for real. If anything, I'm just letting you know that you need to step up in certain departments if you're gonna bring that type of cash in the mix. Because you just can't go by people's mistakes all the time. Because not everybody fucks up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the only thing I had a problem with the set. In terms of the heart, it was there, and I respect Roundhouse. Much love to what he brings to the table. But you gotta come prepared against a guy like Jay, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
One thing. And like, thing is, Roundhouse is good. I've said this, behind closed doors. I've said it publicly.
Yeah, he ain't whack. Hell no.
Yeah,
he ain't whack.
Roundhouse is good. My only quarrel with him was how I think he lost this because he underestimated his opponent. And I think he lost before he even played because he underestimated his opponent. He didn't say like, it's just why I know what to expect. So I'm gonna, work on my game here. I'm gonna do this. No, he was like delusional type confident, and I'm like, bro, like you're underestimating him. You're not giving him enough credit. You should understand, like, you're going to have to bring your freaking A game to beat this kid. It's not going to be
much
one of your
chicken on the line, bro. Like,
yeah.
Yo, I played, for people that don't know, I played Justin a big money match and Caesar's Beatings 3. You know what Justin did, bro? He went in the lab and found the options and optimized those options to deal with me. And mind you, in my mind, I thought I was gonna have a clean slate with it because I thought he was gonna be the regular old Storm Stamp Matrix, Cyclops, right? So I'm like, okay, so the strategy's still there. No, he threw my whole shit out the fucking window because he put Sideblade on his team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So long story short, with that much money on the line, that man came prepared. I didn't. Unfortunately, I caught up too late. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of getting comfortable with it. But I caught on too late, and that's my fault. At the end of the day, I wasn't prepared. So, obviously moving forward after that, I was like, yo, the next time I play Jay, I'm going to make sure that I'm good in this matchup.
Yeah.
And that was it. You know what I mean? But that much money on the line, bro, like, yo, my man left with 10K solid. Like, damn. My man went on paper. My man put it on record on Twitter that he took 10K home. I wish I could make 10K that fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On anything. That's not saying like on like this to you, and just on anything. You know what I mean? In Justice's mind, again, because he knew that you wasn't going to come with anything crazy to the table, he was just that confident for the win, bro.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But at the end of the day, it was great for the community.
It was.
You know what I mean?
It was.
That it was a lot of eyes on it, a lot of views. 15 games was cool. Shout out to Neo and Locke with the commentary. You know
that
what
was
I mean?
dope. They came prepared, literally, like they actually had suits ties on and shit. Yeah, that was cool.
You know what I mean? Shout out to them. They asked some good questions. You know what I mean? Really got to know the players. And it was a good look. You know what I mean? Like, that goes to show, like, when you're talking in terms of like fighting games and everything like that, the most important piece is the people.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Marvel 2 is a freaking 20-year-old game.
20 plus.
But look at the entertainment that it still generates. Look at the views that it generates. You know what I mean? And that's solely because of the people.
And shout out to Roundhouse for keeping that Marvel 2 high with himself. Even though after the fact he lost, he still was calling out people. I think he called out Mega Man DS.
Yeah.
I think that's like the next guy he wants to be, or Fnatic. I think it's one of either or, right? I think he called out both.
Something like He mentioned them both. He called out Mega Man DS though, but Fnatic was I don't know.
That'd be an interesting match, to be honest. Fnatic Roundhouse.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing with Fnatic, I just don't respect one button dash. I don't want to see that shit. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't respect one button dash.
Hey man, that might be a thing if the shit come out to the re-release to the new folks. You might play like a lot of pad players with a one button dash, kid.
That's crazy. I play pad players. You know what I mean? Yo, shout out to Fuji and shout out to Tim.
They don't pad, but they don't got no one button dash.
And Tim's dashes is on point, boy. That boy's fast. he be freaking triangle jumping, and he can mash out a Tempest on pad.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a pad fucking warrior
man.
right
so
there.
Shout out to Tim, man. That he's a cool brother, man, and you know what I mean. He does everything, man. I always joke it up like, yo, you on a one button dash? He's like, no, sir. I'm not on a one button dash.
That's my man. That's my guy, Tim. For sure.
Oh gosh, yeah, we stay messing with Tim, so you know what I mean. Just pitting him against people, you know what I mean. But he's a cool dude, you know what I mean. But yeah, like I said, it's great for the community. I love these type of things. You know, like I like all the power to Roundhouse for like actually playing Justin Wong on that type of scale.
Bro, I gotta think.
Not many people have done it.
Bro, with my skill, I think twice. Like, damn, do I really want to put that much money on Jay? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Am I gonna be my best self? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit coming to play. But my man did that shit just like fuck it.
Yeah, like and. You know, I'm like, damn, like Roundhouse, like, you know, like your style, like, is really not the type of style that usually beats Justin.
That's my only problem that I had with the set, bro. Like, there was certain instances where Justin had the lead and Roundhouse was still running, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, does Roundhouse think that Justin's gonna overextend?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
That was so. I was just like, damn.
So like the thing with Roundhouse, he has a lot of success off of people hanging themselves.
Facts.
Justin does not hang himself. He will not. You got to go get it. You got to go get it from that.
Let me tell you something about Justin. Let's say if I play him in a mirror match, right? Team Matrix. If he has a 30% lead, he's not hanging himself.
Yeah, he's out.
He's out. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to put myself in danger. Like, fuck. I got to set up the walls for him. I got to set shit up on landing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
And then, like, the only person I've seen Justin, like, lose to playing a similar style was Sanford Kelly. In a long set like that. So
But see, the thing about that is, and this is again not to take it away from anybody that plays Justin. The thing about Sanford and Justin when they play, it's not really Marvel anymore. Like it's Marvel, like in terms of like the mechanics and everything that's going on, but in terms of mentality, now it's just fighting game knowledge versus fighting game knowledge.
Yeah.
Like in terms of who got the most patience, who's gonna outsmart this person in this situation? Who's that? Because if you ever notice, some of Sanford's and Justin's best bouts, it has nothing to do with Magneto, right?
Yeah.
So now you see Storm and Scent, and those are like some two patient characters. Obviously, Storm can still advance and like rush down, but you have assists that could really keep her in check. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. Magneto, however, he could just teleport through shit and get a random double snap, and that's it. You make just a guy like Justin Wong look like a random scrub. You know what I mean? But the thing about Justin and Sanford is you can literally tell their fighting game knowledge is put to the test against both of these guys. Because both of these guys play CVS 2, Marvel 2, at the time, Tekken. They play literally everything. So all of their fighting game knowledge, you literally see it head to head in a setting when it's two godlike players. You know what I mean? Like them. So like, it's different compared to everybody else. So like, when I see Roundhouse play, I'm like, all right, he's lacking a little neutral here.
Yeah.
He don't got the anti-air situation here. He doesn't have the patience to wait for that one moment here. You know what I mean? Like I've seen Sanford wait for like two games in a set of 4 out of 7 just to get that one situation. You know what I mean? It's just different when you see Sanford and Justin play. You just see all the fighting game prowess just show itself when they play. You know what I mean? It is what it's like. The delay, like when they would do like Santhrax mirrors, like you see like a delay button wait. And they respect him because they think the quarter's coming out there, but they just taking their turn back. You know what I mean? They'll just do standing fierce, wait, and you automatically think a corridor is coming. But that's part of their Yomi, right? Against each other. It's like, well, I'm not going to do the corridor here. You know what I mean? Like, it's like little shit like that is what really is the big difference, you know? So
That's a fact. Gosh, man.
I started doing good against Justin because I started playing other fighting games. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Chris will tell you. When I started playing other fighting games, I started to get, I was like, oh shit. No fucking shit, Justin. Like it was like shit just started clicking, then I started doing better against them. You know what I mean? It's just a natural thing. For real. So
that's good shit. So like, let me ask you, right? So I know we haven't really had too many offline tournaments yet.
Right.
But where do you feel like how do you feel about the Guilty Gear players right now?
All right, so I'm gonna be real with you. I'm only gonna pay attention to the players that care.
Okay.
Because there's people that play and they be like, oh, automatically they'll just say, oh, this game is so fucking scrubby, I could be anybody, blah 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 blah. But they're not really showing the art of learning the game. You know what I'm saying? Correct. So I'm only gonna talk about the people that care. I feel like And you're asking what? Just the competition?
Yeah, like as in terms of like the. I mean, I don't know if you can say who's a top player right now, because there weren't really offline tournaments. But like you know who's good. You know what I mean? So like if offline tournaments started happening on a frequent basis, who do you think would be the consistent players that you would see in the top 5, top 3s
on the offline?
Yeah, offline.
I would say Hotashi.
Okay.
Punk, for sure. Mm-hmm. Marn, if he actually cares.
Okay.
Princess Slim.
Mm-hmm.
Princess Slim is really good. Nokami, for sure. I would say Sonic if they cared.
Okay.
If they actually took it serious, like, because, you know, obviously Sonic right now is at a point online where they'll have a certain opinion of the game, but then you'll see another opinion about the game just off of character. Like, he hasn't been, they haven't really been talking about, like, the game itself of, like, how good it's getting. It's just more so Jacko's fun, and then it plays to Sonic's playstyle, you know?
Got it, yeah.
And then I could see that they enjoy the game more because they're playing Jacko, right? So it's like, I Sonic is like 50-50. I don't know exactly how they feel about the game, but whatever, right? Who else? Soul Sick Nash fan.
Okay.
Ridiculous. Reynolds. Cloud. I think Cloud would do good. Super Noon. I would say Super Noon, but I gotta see more Super Noon for me to really make that valuation. But definitely capable. Kid Viper. Whew.
Yeah.
Kid Viper's nice with some Gold Lewis, boy. Like the conditioning and everything, just the way that Kid Viper approaches with that character, phenomenal.
Yeah. Now, typically,
It's a lot of players.
Typically in Strive, like, so we know how long a top 8 can take in Dragon Ball. Like, how fast is Strive faster than Street Fighter, or?
It can be, yes. If it's at the highest level, it will probably take long. Because then they'll know how to manage tension meter and stuff like that. Like, both of these guys, like, let's say if you play 2 players that, like, don't let go of their bursts early, and, like, they're both trying to bait out their bursts and they stop their combos midway, then that like raises the survival rate more. And they keep their burst. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, I feel like just that Yomi, that meta alone in the game, it'll definitely flesh out on what's gonna be like the top level play.
Okay.
So it can take long. Now, if you got like 2 random scrubs that just be like super damage, you know, we're not even gonna say scrubs. Like, both of them are just heavily offensive based, then them shits could end quick, for sure. But if you got like 2 guys, like, for example, if you had like Kizzy K versus Nokami, let's say like they bump into a top 8, they're both going to take their sweet old time in terms of opening somebody up. They're going to stagger each other to see how they tick in terms of when are they going to counter poke, when can I score the counter hit, are these the type of players that like to get thrown. And what's more important too, like, a lot of people, even me, I suffer from this too. When I go for a throw and I whiff it, I don't PRC. I don't OS with the PRC. So basically, you could throw, like, every time you input a throw, you can throw the RC out. Well,
tell them what the PRC stands for.
Purple Roman cancel.
Okay.
So there's 3 Roman cancels. You got the blue one, you got the yellow one, and then you got the red one. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the yellow one's for the defensive, so it's kind of like your V reversal, right? The blue one is just to freeze time, basically. So, like, certain normals you could jump cancel into purple RC that you could force like a 50-50. Then you got the red RC. Wait, there's 4 of them. Wait, red, purple, yellow, blue. Yeah, 4 of them. I'm so sorry. I did what? Yellow, blue, right? Purple is I will kind of look at that like a late FADC.
Okay.
Right?
To make something safe.
Yeah. But you could, like, actually get more damage with a purple RC combo than a red one. Okay. If you do a red RC combo, like, if you do a RC combo, that's red, right? It scales the damage if you let the splash hit. Like, you know how they do red RC, you let the splash hit, it freezes time with the splash hit. You could quick cancel the red RC.
Okay.
And then you can avoid the splash altogether, so you could get the unscaled damage. Like, it still scales, but it scales way less, right? So that's basically what that is. So in this case, right, you're gonna see both of those players, like, again, like Kizzy and Nokami, they're gonna hold their tension bars in case they gotta escape. You know what I mean? They're gonna just use they're just gonna use their cash more differently compared to everybody else.
Right.
So those type of matches would drag on.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it all depends on the player, really. Like the players that's going up against each other. Because I've seen 2 top players play before, and them shit just end like that. Example. For those that watch Hotashi versus Mar.
Yeah.
They both fucking exploded. Whoever got the momentum going, that shit got exploded. Now, the only difference is in that match was showcase of knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, Hotashi literally played nothing but Geo players to prepare for Mar. So there was, like, certain instances where, like, he would be ready to punish. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. You know what I mean? It all depends on the players going up on the top 8. Dragon Ball, it got to a point where it got fleshed out in the top 8 where it would take long naturally.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you really didn't see bust ass unless you saw, like, Goichi versus somebody that just made the top 8 for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, that'll be a wash.
Do you feel Guilty Gear, like in pool play and everything like that, Guilty Gear needs to be a 3 out of 5 game?
Facts. Unless they tone down the game where the damage is like not really a factor.
Okay.
But the way they approach in the game, like damage is gonna be a big thing.
Okay.
So it'll definitely go fast. But it all depends on the quality of play. You know, like you can have 2 May players play against a top level play. You already know what they're gonna go against each other. You know what I mean? Like what they're gonna throw at each other. So it's gonna be a big damage, big counter hit, command throw into shenanigans. You know what I mean? Like shit like that comes into play.
So what's your character tier list looking like right now?
In Guilty Gear? I don't know, man. I can't really speak on it too much because the big patch is coming in October. But I mean, off the rip right now, I feel like who are the best characters?
Yeah.
All right, so we got Soul, Leo.
And also talk a little bit about what you feel makes them good.
Okay.
So Soul,
Leo. So the thing about Soul is he could convert from anything.
okay.
Right? Good button with the slash. It's +2, so it's a lot of checking involved. Okay. You know, that's shit that he look like you're about to open the door. Yeah. He's going like this, +2. So like you always have to be worried about that. So the fact that that's in your mind, Soul could get away with a lot of ways to get in, right? And just again, off of everything, it just leads into big damage. And it's funny because I read the Guilty Gear lore. I understand why he's OD.
Oh.
So it's fine. So like I see, it's kind of like Injustice Superman.
Okay.
So like you see Superman, like he's supposed to do that. I see Soul supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about Leo that makes him so great is he can consistently get 50-50s.
Okay.
Like consistently.
Damn.
Like on Wake Up. He got some shit that it looked like a berserker slash. You go back and forth. And he actually has a command throw. So this is how it works, right? So he has a berserker slash, and he has something called I don't know the exact name, but he got a back stance. On the back stance, he got 4 options. One is the low. One is like this little meaty star that he throws out there. It's like a mid. He has an overhead, and he has a counter. So after every throw, right, it automatically puts him on back stance. So on throw, right, he throws you, and he can either go low. He could command throw. Actually, I forgot about that's an option in the back stance. He has a command throw. But I mean, you can kind of see it, but you're so worried about the overhead and the low that you're just gonna get scooped up. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, he got a low, he got the mid star, he has a counter, he has the overhead. There's so many options that he has that you have to really be so quick to react to this shit. Now, some of the pressure he does have is fake, that you could grab him out of it, but overall, in terms of just the neutral, what he has. He could consistently keep the pace of putting pressure on you, and then on top of that, he has a reversal. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what will make Leo very strong. He has big damage. Always corner carries. Like he's just good at the end of the day, and he has projectiles, so he could play neutral. He literally is a jack of all trades. Okay. He could play neutral. He has an uppercut. He has good air to air buttons, and he could constantly put you in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Now after that, I wouldn't say it's tough, but like obviously, I thought Ramlethal was up there at one point, but I feel like the game fleshed out enough where people know the matchup now. And like she's not that good unless you have like she's good, don't get me wrong. Like she could play the Poe game. She has a lot of characters she checked. Like for example, I feel like Ramlethal does great against Potemkin, and Potemkin kind of been a bit of a eyesore. You know what I mean? To a lot of people because of the shit that he can actually put up against you. But Ramlethal could deal with Potemkin, right? So the thing about Ramlethal is she does so great in the corner because of her swords. She could fork the swords, if you will, and stick them on the wall, right? She has 2 of them. She can put it high and then she can put it kind of low. And you stick it to the wall and it explodes. So you have combos that you pretty much can extend with both swords.
Got it.
Right?
Got it.
And it's big damage. And you crack the wall every time, which is very important because you get a positive bonus on your tension, which means that you build it faster. You know what I mean? And you get a free... And let's say in the case that you don't do anything, to bring the tension build up, you could just stay still. You get a free 50% tension. You know what I mean? So you never want them to crack the wall, especially with a super. That's why you usually kind of see, like, in terms of high level play, like when they crack to the wall or they're about to get cracked, they'll burst so they can avoid that situation altogether.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so I thought it was Ramlethal at one point, but if you could keep her mid-screen and she don't have no tension, she's not that much of a big threat. Unless obviously if she's in the corner and she gets it going, that shit is hard to deal with.
Yeah.
But again, this all comes to quality of play. If you know that you're gonna end up in that situation, you keep your 50% tension for a YRC to get out that situation in general. You know what I mean? But if you don't got no cash, you eating that shit. You know what I mean? Or if a reversal, or you don't know when to check. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really gotta know. After that, it's pretty tough, to be honest. Nago could be up there as well. I think Nago's in the top 5 for sure. Okay. After that, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I have to let
cheap.
Well, let Nago cheap?
No, cheap. That character, cheap.
Oh, Chip.
Yeah.
You said cheap. I was like, what's cheap? Chip.
That's how we call it, dude. That's cheap.
I feel like Chip gets away with a lot of what he has because of lack of character knowledge. Mm-hmm. And then you play a lot of people that kind of don't believe in defense, so like they try to be so fidgety to get out of shit that they keep getting clipped with everything, and instead of like paying attention. So I feel like he's a top 5 character if you don't know what's going on, but I think he's outside of top 5 if you know what's going on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But there's certain characters that just can't deal with this shit, period. So maybe that's probably why they have him high.
Yeah.
Like Potemkin, he's fucked a little bit on the shit that Chip does. From the gamma blades, all the blades and shit, like going up and like I know there's a punish for it, but you just have to be on point all the time to get it. And that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kizzy though made me a believer. Like, this dude was air grabbing all of that shit from Chip.
Yeah.
But again, I wouldn't know if Kizzy can actually react to that to every other Chip player. You know what I mean? Because maybe they do something different. You know.
Yeah.
But he definitely made me a believer in terms of punishing certain shit. I will say that. But yeah, man. After that 3 that I named, I don't know, man.
What about Kai?
Kai's good, but it depends on the character. But it all depends on the Kai player if you want to make him top tier or not. Because he's one of those type of characters that can play the neutral beautiful. But if like he doesn't have the lead and you kind of know how to deal with his shenanigans, he's kind of hard to get the comeback. Mm-hmm. But again, it all depends. It's all character knowledge, man. Like right now, we're in a phase in the game where like everybody's starting to get comfortable with the game, and they know how to deal with certain shit.
Okay.
You know, so like, let's see. I feel like after October, we're really gonna know who's the guys like that you got to worry about. You know. So that's how I look at it right now. The game's still getting fleshed out, even though you know what the obvious good characters are. Mm-hmm. But it's like Gold Lewis is a sleeper. People were saying that character's ass, and I'm just like, I don't know about that one, bro. You know. He got access to just fucking break your guard at all times with that casket.
And what about your character?
Milia, great. Great offensive power. It's just obviously she's glass, but obviously to help tame that, she has great movement. But she doesn't have reversal. She doesn't have a 5 or a 6 frame normal, like to really poke back. Mm-hmm. I think her fastest normal is 7, which I think is her 5P, if I'm correct, if I'm not mistaken. So 5P, and because there's a lot of shit that you could check in terms of gaps if you have like a 5 frame normal. Yeah. Right, but no, she don't got it. Like for example, Nago's Beyblade, that shit is 0 on block, right? Now if he does it like real close, you can grab it. Your grab is 2 frames, so and then the 0 frame move, and then the next thing that he could do is a 5 frame. I think it's 5P or 2P. I'm not too sure, but it's 5 frames, right? So you can't check him back with a button because your fastest button is a 7 framer, right? But you can grab him. It's a 2 framer. You can grab him, but it all depends on the spacing.
I was about to say if you're not a rage, you can't take your turn back then.
You can plink dash grab, but again,
that's the thing in this game.
Yeah, because you got a dash button.
Okay.
So you can plink grab depending.
So that's a carrot grab.
Kinda.
Okay.
Kinda, but basically, essentially, yeah. But you can't do it like off of like a tick throw type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll see it.
Is there proximity in the game?
No. Ooh. No, sir. I love that game too. There's no proximity guard. No, sir.
No proximity.
Everything's smooth, baby. You can move. You can move.
Okay.
But yeah. Like it's just like stuff like that with Millie. I think she's great. Obviously she bleeds. She has 2 guts. It's okay. You know? Better than 0. Zato got 0, so there's no scaling.
Okay.
You're getting cooked if you're Zato. But it makes sense because his offense is just so great. He gets his offense going, you might be in trouble.
Yeah.
You know? But overall, I think Melia is great. I think she's outside of top 5. And I feel like she don't have no losing matchups except maybe Nago. And Leo currently, how he is. But it's not bad. If you could space out and you can move well and control the pace of the match with your movement the whole time, she don't got to worry about too much. You know? So.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, she's great. Again, I'm this is my first Guilty Gear, so I'm learning everything as I go. I don't see nothing too overly cheap where I'm gonna stress.
Yeah.
Look at it like that. You know what I mean?
I'm actually looking really forward to seeing some good offline play. You know what
Me
I mean?
too.
And I'm looking forward to see like who develops, what develops. You know what I mean? Because a lot of like classic Guilty Gear players say like this one is probably like, you know, the one that's most removed from like the typical Guilty Gear engine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that always brings in like a lot more players that came from different genres and different engines. You know what I mean? To play the game. So I'm actually looking forward to see like, you know, who comes about, like, you know, who ends up good. Like, what if a traditional Street Fighter player became the best Guilty Gear player? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's how it's kind of look. I wouldn't say he's the best, but Punk literally came in the mix and smoked motherfuckers. I think he almost won season 1 of the ICFC.
Right.
You qualify with points and then the top 8, obviously at the end of the season. He lost to K7.
Okay.
K7 has just been on a tear. Shout out to K7 with Leo. But you know what it is? You know how you know somebody that's scrubby with the character and is carrying him because he's scrubby with the character? That's not the case with K7.
Okay.
I would say that. Same thing with Razzo, I feel like, as well. Shout out to Razzo. But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Like that's just a game you gotta let flesh out. You gotta let it flesh out a little more. Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. I don't have anything else. I think we can.
We good?
Yeah, I think we can call this one.
All right.
Unless you got something else you wanna.
Nah. I got nothing else to say. Ruby, you got some? Alright. You know what,
so
guys?
It's been real. You know what I mean? It's good. Like I said, a lot of times you might just have us shooting the shit. You know what I mean? You get to hear our voices all day. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, it's about us talking to you guys. We'll have people on when we can and stuff like that. And we do like to showcase a lot of people, especially people that's not necessarily in the spotlight. And you know, you get to know a whole lot of people. But when that's not the case, at the end of the day, you got the road dogs, and we here for you guys. You know what I mean? And we will talk about everything y'all want to hear. Hopefully, you know, if you was on a long trip, your car ride, you know, hopefully it was entertaining. You know, shout us out. You know what I mean? Hit us up. Questions, Twitter. You know what I mean? Drop comments in the YouTube. You know what I mean? iTunes, Spotify. We all over there. You know what I mean? You have any recommendations? Anything you want us to talk about? Anything you want to see? Holla at us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, hit that like button. If y'all want to holler at us at the comments, man, just go for it. Hit that follow button. This is the first time you bumping into the No Frills. Remember, we got 51 episodes, so you got a lot to catch up to. This is the first time. This is the first time you're catching this. But yeah, man. Again, shout outs to the team, BTM, of course, the Road Dogs in the building, and of course, you know what? Big shout outs to Levels Recording as well, man, for letting us do this consistently over here. Yeah. So big shout outs, man. But other than that, man, we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.